cam. So yeah, there we go. So we can have some audio in there. All right. So YouTube has audio. I guess I'm gonna try to get the Stop that real quick. All you hear is jingle jangle. Hit it up for every angle. Break it down, hit it up, break it down, here we go. Oh, this is you, that's why. Cause I was just hearing it straight from the thing. Still can't hear it. I still can't hear it. Gosh darn it. Alright, let me see if I can zipper turn. Zipper turn, you know what I'm saying? You know when you got a zipper turn. So which one is the video capture device? Is that number 2? I don't even know. Oh, I hear a little something. Oh, I do hear me. A little bit. It's a little though. It's not a lot. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. I mean, it's loud to me, but for y'all, okay, it's nothing. Which isn't good. So I'm gonna have to turn on the I can hear myself a little bit. But how do I make it louder for everyone? How do I make it louder for everyone? Oh, let me do this. I'll do a filter. How about that? Let me do a filter. Gain. What is this gonna be? It's crazy. Gain to 10 dBs. That's loud. Let's see if that works. Y'all gonna hear a loop real quick. Yeah. What you gonna do, dog? That's better. 10 dBs. That's loud. Let's see if that works. I'm gonna make it louder. Y'all gonna hear a loop real quick. I'm gonna make it louder. I was like, yo, gonna hear a loop. You don't. Yeah. What you gonna do, dog? That's good. All right, so let's go 20. Screw it. We're going all 19. She was 19, which is legal, I guess, in most countries. Maybe not in the Vatican. Isn't the Vatican an actual country? There you go. That's good. All right, so let's go 20. Screw it. We're going all 19. All right, there we go. She was 19, which is legal, I guess, in most countries. What's that crackly crackle? All right, I'm gonna put it down like 5. Isn't the Vatican an actual country? All right, there you go. All right, that's all I'm gonna do. That's what's up. All right, so I'm gonna read some stuff here. Okay. I don't know what the. Like I said, I gotta give me some external audio hookupage for this computer that I'm rocking on the beam stream, on the mixer stream. Twitch stream probably has the best audio because they have the audio box on that, and YouTube can kick rocks because they just offer ghetto time webcam. YouTube, that beam, yeah, mixer. That's YouTube. YouTube, Twitch, mixer. There you go. Okay. All right. Wait. Okay. So, and I'm streaming on allgames.com. So you guys go to allgames.com/live. And excuse me, chat room is there. Sorry, that's bad. I shouldn't do that because if I want like Phil Spencer to hire me to do stuff, I can't be indulgent. I can't. Well, I can, but I don't think they would like that. Put the music back on. But I'm gonna turn it down. Where's the volume? I'll just do I'll do this. Where's it? There we go. Is that too loud? That's good, right? I don't know. Is that too? I can't tell. Actually, let me unmute it once more again until let me see. I can't hear that. I can't hear it, so that's good, right? I can't hear it, so Alright, anyway. One housekeeping thing before we dig in. Because this is the last show before E3. So, hey, y'all, hey. You making too much noise over there with your jingle jangle, son. Got Judo's in chat. I don't have call. Oh wait, hold on, I gotta get my phone. So y'all, to be continued. No, that's not the word we said. I'll be right back. Whoa. That means I got my mic too loud. That's what that means. The feedback. Yeah. So, oops. And that means I ran to take my step. Oh. Apologies. In advance. Actually, that's not in advance. E3 is next week. Yes, it is. Okay, Judo, it's next week, and it's next week. I mean, what else can you say? It's these fools. It's next week, and oh yeah, if you want to go buy something on Amazon, go to allgames.com. Click the Amazon banner. It helps out All Games. It helps out me because I want to help out All Games. Also, if you want to help out me in my quest to conquer the universe, then go to mixer.com/SG and follow a brother. You don't have to watch me every time. You don't even have to put on the notifications. Just follow me and forget about it. Follow and forget. That's all you gotta do. Follow it and forget it. That's all you gotta do. Also on YouTube.com/R9Cast, I guess. R9Cast is the channel. Subscribe to that. Sub that so that I can get some numbers that are higher than 14. I think that's why. I think that's where I'm at right now. Got a big old 14. I got a fortnight of lookers. Wow. I have a fortnight of followers. And that's Tire Claus says E3 starts on Saturday. That's EA, I believe, is on Saturday. And then oh good. Thank you, Tiger Claw. The code ninja, I was gonna say that's a big false. Okay, everything disappeared. Where all the things go? Come on. I need you up there. I need to chat. And I don't even know why this one is up here. Close that one. Close. Alright, so E3. 13, 14? It's no, it's what day is freaking next week is the 11th, which is the Microsoft. So the 10th is the first day, I guess. Doing math real quick. Yeah. Okay. Oh, Tony Rocco was here. They were like, "Yo, what the deal, son?" I was like, "Oh, yeah." They got an old picture from a couple E3s ago with the Xbox and PlayStation on either side, which now will be Nintendo versus PlayStation, which I think is more of an apt competition because Japan. Because honestly, there's no competition. There is no competition for the Scorpio, son. You're gonna pretend. You're gonna dynamically pretend that there's some 4K coming out your system. You better ask somebody who's blind, and they might pretend that it's the truth. But the actual truth is that no. I gotta take one off. Hopefully it won't backfire too much. All right, name is Jim Return. Down, clackety clack. All right, Saturday, June 10th. Electronic Arts live at EA Blake. When? 12 p.m. 3 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. BST. Yeah, what is BST? I don't know what BST is, but yeah. 90 minutes. Hollywood Palladium. Let's go to Palladium. There used to be a club down here. Actually, I think it still is. There used to be a naughty girl club, and then there used to be a regular banging. Lineup on EA sports stuff, I guess, because that's what they do. Madden 18, FIFA 18, NBA Live 18. That's a surprise. Who would have thought that Electronic Arts, it's in the game, would have sports games this year? Battlefront 2, though. That's what I'm talking about. So Battlefront 2. Oh, wait, did I? Oh, yeah, okay, I'm done. Battlefront 2 is going to be hot. Let me, I have to check this. I got to check this real quick. Need for Speed. Yeah, there was Need for Speed. I saw the trailer for that. I was like, oh, yeah, Forza's killing it. I'm sorry. The only thing that Need for Speed might have over Forza is the damage model. Might be better. Maybe they get away with more. Well, based on the trailer, I saw a Lamborghini get messed up with stuff getting mashed up. So I was like, shoot, if they get the burnout damage model on those cars, then that's what we're talking about. But that would be the only thing they have over Forza, because Forza, everything else is better. Drives better, feels better, smells better, looks better. I don't know what to tell you, EA. You better buy Playground Games. That's what the. Yep. Keep on jumping town. All right. Sunday, June 11th. Microsoft will unveil a piece of hardware so extraordinarily powerful that no one dare compete with it. Some may try to pretend that they're strong enough, but they are not. They will try to buy their ways into the hearts of millions, but the truth will be the strongest shall survive. And then more money. Just saying, Microsoft got bigger bank pockets than Sony. Sony spent all their cash on these ads. They're like, oh, we got the advertising rights. We got the advertising rights. Right? That's like, yo, McDonald's got some hot commercials, right? But are you gonna go there for a gourmet hamburger? I think not. Are you gonna go where? Are you gonna get the best hamburger at McDonald's? No. Who has more commercials? McDonald's or that premium hamburger place around the corner and you get a $20 hamburger? McDonald's. But which is better? Not McDonald's. You see what I'm saying? McDonald's may sell more crappy hamburgers, but the quality. Okay, my point is it's not even valid. Kaja says you have music that keeps playing in the foreground. Foreground or background? Yeah, it's in the background. Yeah. I just wanted to cover the white noise a little bit. That's all. Because I have all this room noise. You know what I mean? I could tweak my settings to lower it, but I'm lazy. So lazy. Is it distracting? Would you like me to turn it off? Just let me know. I'll turn it off. It's not a big deal. I know some people listen to their own type of music and stuff. Wow. Or you know what I'm saying? So maybe I'll turn it off. I'll turn it off for you guys, because white noise is better than no noise. I mean foreground. It sounds louder than you. Oh, it does. Ooh, that's not good. That's not good. Oh, you're listening on what are you listening on? You must be listening on Beam, right? I don't know. I'll turn it off. Oh shoot! Damn it! Okay, where is it? I done lost all my thing. All right, quiet. I gotta take that song out of my rotation. I don't like that song. It's my song. I don't like it. Okay, ZeniMax. Wait, let's go back to Microsoft for a second. Microsoft will. I didn't even read the stuff. Scorpio. They're at the Galen Center first. 90 minutes, unannounced, but typically around 90 minutes. 2 p.m. PDT Pacific, 5 p.m. EDT at Eastern, 10 p.m. BST. What was that? Balsamic? That's not a place. I'm on all games. Maybe it sounds louder on Twitch. I'll check. Oh, don't worry about it. Oh, you're on all games. Oh, you know why? You hear it through my microphone. That's why. That's why. My bad. My bad. My bad. My bad. But I turned it off, so you good. Thanks. Thanks for the re-update. Technology Wonder Woman, did the movie make you feel empowered or Bridget? It made me feel very Bridget. Okay, we didn't see it. I didn't see it. We didn't see it. We'll probably maybe go see it tomorrow. I know she wants to see it, so I gotta go take her. Let's go over a movie, lady, and I throw her off my shoulder after I knocked out with my club. I have one ticket. This is not a human. It's just a woman. And I take my one ticket and I sit down and I throw her in the corner. Women empowered. Anyway, yeah, that was a bad Neanderthal. Neanderthal, is that how you say it now? Joke. Wasn't even a joke because it only made me laugh. But yeah, so back to the important thing. Microsoft. It is dude. All right, it's less than a week now. It's 2 minus 2 hours, less than a week. You know what I'm saying. It's less than a week when Microsoft will unveil the beast on the world, and it's just you know, it's gonna be a lot of Sony tears. You know, I have before I changed my wallpaper, I had a wallpaper with like a drop of water and it was all pretty and stuff. And Rocco was here last week, or not last week, the week before. He was like, "What's that water thing? What's that?" He's like, "Oh, that's the collection of all the Sony tears that are falling or will fall when the Scorpio comes out and everybody's crying. All the ponies start crying. That's what that is. The collection of the Sony teardrops of love." So yeah, I mean it's raining right now. That's Sony. That's the Sony ponies crying. Let me see if this will work. I'm gonna try to answer on. Oops, wrong one. Boo, 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 boo. Hey, pick it up, fool. Boo, 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 boo. Kai Judo, can you hear me?
Yeah, you can hear me.
Yes, I can. And I'm pretty sure that everybody else can because you're just in the air.
Mm-hmm.
You actually you're coming out of my big T. I put a TV up. It's 40 inch.
Ah.
So, yeah.
So it's been confirmed that they're going to talk about the Scorpio?
Oh yeah, of course. Come on.
No, I didn't know.
Of course they are. What else they got to talk about? They ain't got no games.
Yeah, that's more true than you
Nah.
think.
Gotcha.
You just said it right there.
Yeah. I'm just playing into the narrative that some people are saying. That's all. It's not.
So yeah, I'm here to listen to all your E3 talk and your predictions or whatever you're gonna do. I came to hang out for a little bit.
All right.
I really got to say.
All right. All right, cool. So let's see. Microsoft. What are they saying here? I mean, this is Polygon, so. Scorpio, Microsoft's upgraded Xbox One will surely be a major focus. Blah blah blah. Crackdown 3, Forza 7, and they say nothing else. So yeah, they'll have some other stuff, but it's mainly about here's the thing. So, I mean, Nintendo unleashed the Switch, right? And everybody's like, "Yeah, it's a Switch!" Yay! And now everything's going kind of crazy because of the chat communication thing, which is ridiculous. The dongle stuff. But that's a whole nother thing. Now we ain't even at that yet. But
yeah, but as they spoke about, cause I was wondering how you're gonna stream now on the what do you call that, the Scorpio, like how they gonna handle that. I know you need that dongle to put the camera in, I think. So is that just gonna be, you're just gonna have to depend on the dongle, or are they not doing streaming, or you have no idea?
No, if you want to use the Scorpio to stream and have your face on it.
Yeah, that's what I mean, yeah.
Using the Kinect, then yeah, you're gonna need that USB adapter thingy.
Mm-hmm.
Which is fine. What I think that they should do is basically just have webcam support. You know, just slap your webcam on it. It's a Windows 10 computer basically. They can do it if they wanted to. That'd be the easiest thing. But you know, I mean, I think most people will do they have the streaming, the 4K 60. I think it's 4K 60 streaming, or is it 4K 60 DVR capture? I think it's both. So that's a plus for the streamers, for the YouTubers who stream or whatever. Even just the YouTubers who use streaming and then capture that and then edit that into videos, which I see a lot of those too. So it's beneficial for those people, which are a lot actually. Like if you don't have a dedicated like Elgato or whatever, which I don't know which one of them does 4K. There are a few out there that actually do 4K, and they're I would assume a lot of money. So just for the streaming, if you're gonna play games and stream them, Scorpio's kind of dope in that respect. So I'm like, okay. I mean, I'll stream the games probably in 4K, but I mean, I won't. I don't know. I guess I could look for the adapter dongle thing because I do have the camera. I like it. It's cool, but I don't use it that much. But it's yeah. I mean, it's. I think the major thing with the streaming is just the 4K game capture stuff. You know, and that's a major thing because there aren't too many devices that do that easily. And with the Xbox, you can capture it and then it saves it. Or I mean, you can adjust. Like, say you want to capture a half an hour at a time. You say, boom, boom, you set it up, start it, and then boom, it'll capture it. Or you can do the Xbox record that stuff, which is hey Cortana, blah blah blah. Now, well, that's how I have mine set up. And if you set it to record the last half hour, then it'll do that. I think it goes back a half an hour or so. But I have it set for like 5 minutes or something. Anyway. That's a good look as far as the streaming stuff and the power and the 4K and all that stuff. And we just got a 4K TV. It's not a good one.
Oh, nice.
It's not a good one. Let me put some asterisks and stuff on it. It's not a good one, but it's better.
But what doesn't make it good though? Like I would think that was 4K. Like every TV's 4K. So why would some be better than others? Is it like smaller or something, or what?
It's a 49-inch, which is a weird size. The problem is that it's not HDR, and I think that's about it. I think the sound, Tiger says, not a good one. Probably just fake 4K. No, this is not a PS4 Pro, Tiger Claw. This is a real. This is okay. So it is. It's a Toshiba. Okay, whatever. But it was cheap. It was $350. So I was like, yeah, I want to upgrade, but I don't want to spend $800 right now. And my methodology, my brain said, and Bridget agreed. She's like, well, get this now, then it'll hold us off until a better deal comes along. Then we get the better TV. Which, like, if we don't get one this holiday, then we'll probably get one next holiday. You know what I'm saying? And then what happens? I get the 4K, 49-inch. TV/monitor in my studio. Then I get a big old bloom, and I'm like, you know what? I like that. That was like the end game of that is like I get the big 49-inch 4K display for my playing around in the studio. Right now I got the 40-inch that we had out there, which is a hot piece of garbage. Compared to the 49 4K compared to this hot garbage, way better. And the thing is like the dynamic range on the 49-inch, even though it doesn't have HDR, is way bigger than the average like 1080p TVs basically. And I'm like, looking at it, I'm like, okay, I know that the dynamic range on this is better than what we had, but it's not quite HDR. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, it's 4K because I went on YouTube and I watched some 4K stuff. I was like, yeah, that's pretty, that's good, but we have DirecTV and they have hot garbage, a million SD channels, and even the HD looks like hot garbage on DirecTVs or whatever. But it's a good start. And I don't even have an Xbox One S, so I can't even rock that. So I have to get a Scorpio. Basically, I have a 4K TV. I have to get a Scorpio. It's mandatory because I have a 4K TV. But anyway.
So now, what are you watching in that? Cause like, have you tested it and like, what's the big difference? Like, try to explain to somebody who hasn't looked at a 4K TV yet.
Okay.
Like, what is the main? Because I know it's supposed to make things look more real, and they mentioned about sunlight and wood and all this stuff, but I really don't get the idea. Like, I'm assuming that if you're looking at something and there's like some light shining on a piece of wood, it looks really crisp, like you're looking at like you're looking at a real version of it in front of your face.
Similar to that. So, Target Plus is a TV that has a resolution that's lower than 4K but support 4K video. You want your 4K, go to the cinema.
And another follow up question while you're about to answer that is, how does that even work for different movies? Because like I think part of like what makes some movies look good is the fact that they don't look the way things look when you're looking at the real world. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, sometimes, if a movie has too much saturated sunlight in it, it's gonna come off weird. It's gonna have a weird vibe to it. So what is this medium really for?
All right, let me break it down.
What is it gonna enhance and improve?
Let me break it down. Let me break it down. 4K is the future, first of all. If anybody's doubting it, then
I don't doubt it.
They're crazy. But this is why. So, remember back in the day, before flat screens, before HD, quote unquote HD, which was 720 at first, right? Before that, we were rocking 480. We were playing Genesis and Nintendo. We were like, yo, this is dope. Look at them colors, look at them sprites, blah, blah, blah. Speaking about video games. And then you just turn to like whatever you're watching on TV, right? You're like, oh, it's TV. That's what it looks like, right? It wasn't really, like if you watched a movie on an old school 480, I don't even know, I guess it was 480p. It might have been 480 resolution TV. You're watching The Shining or you're watching Star Wars or whatever, right? It looks a certain way depending on what you're watching. Like, say if you're watching a VHS, right? It's like, okay, that's clear, right? And then you watch it on DVD on the same TV, on the same 480p TV. You're like, oh man, DVD is so super crispy, right? It's a jump. And then you get a 720p and you watch a DVD. The same Star Wars, whatever, and you're like, oh snap, that's even crazy. So the jump from 480 to 720, which is the same jump as far as multiplication goes, from 720 to 1080, and from 1080 to 4K. They're the same jump, but they're just multiplied exponentially, but it's the same ratio jump, basically. So if you want to think of it as 4 times, if you do it mathematically, it is 4 times, but just think of it as doubling the size diagonally, basically. Anyway, the difference is if you take, like, you could do this test yourself on, I don't know if you have a PC or even if you have a tablet. You take the max resolution of your tablet and you take a picture and you match the resolution. So say if your tablet is whatever, you match that, and then you shrink that by half, so it's half the resolution. Then you look at that. That's the quality difference, right? So in everything. But when you're talking about stylistically how movies are shot and TV shows are shot, everything's gonna look better regardless of what you're looking at. But
but won't it kind of reveal things that it's not supposed to? Like, say, like, because remember, like, when the what do you call that? Like, I guess I think it was maybe the 1080p, the cameras that they were using, that like it's actually it's done in video, but they make it look like film type of thing, something with the speed or whatever, the 80 frames. Remember?
Well, you said
not 50, the 60. Remember the Lord of the Rings movie? People that went to see it in the higher cinemas, they saw how bad the CG looked. Like, the CG looked almost like it was like cut and pasted onto it, and that was a lot because the quality was so good that it kind of ruined the magic. So like, won't 4K even be even worse, even for like regular movies?
Nah. What you're talking about is the frame rate.
Frame rate.
They showed the frame rate is different from resolution. So the frame rate was 48. I saw the 48 version of I guess it was the first one.
The Hobbit.
Yeah, the Hobbit, the first Hobbit, and it took me a good hour to like accept it. I didn't get used to it. I didn't like it, but I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch it. And it did. It felt. I don't care how clear it was. It felt like a soap opera, and that's just something. I don't know if it's It's probably a generational thing. So like the kids growing up now, if everything goes 48 frames or 60 frames, soap opera style, and everybody starts watching it like that, that's what they're gonna get used to, and that'll be the norm. But it's still not. It doesn't. To me, it doesn't look good. So I'll always prefer 24 frames as far as that. But that's why that looked weird. as far as the resolution, I think. See, I don't know what the different, like how they rendered the CG in that, because if they rendered it at, sometimes they master the resolution of CG elements in movies at a different resolution than 4K. You know what I'm saying? So they'll shoot it at 4K, the practical stuff in 4K, and then they'll do the CG stuff in computer and render that at 2K, right, and then combine them for a 2K output. So that might, that might mess with the melding of both of those elements. But I don't know too much about that because I've done some 4K editing, but nothing that combines things like that or downscales it on that level. I haven't done any red footage, so I wouldn't know anything about that. But I mean, what you're talking about, all the issues have nothing to do with the resolution. It's other stuff. So trust me, it's like when you went from 480 to 720 to 1080p. This is the next step. It's the next better step. It's like when you went from Blu-ray, when you went from DVD to Blu-ray. This is that next step. And I was.
But okay, but the next question is, because I remember I told you that I got an HD TV.
Right.
I was all excited. I was gonna play my some of my old PlayStation 2 games again, and I put them on there, and they look like, I can't say on your show what they look like, but it's bad.
Yeah.
A lot of bad words I could put in there. And so I'm saying to myself, I'm asking you right now, like, when the 4K, when that gets big, is that going to do the same thing to HD? Because a lot of these games now are in HD, they're not in 4K. Or are they going to have that same effect?
Well, let me tell you.
That's going to be bad.
Let me tell you. So we have a suboptimal 4K display. Like I said, it's good, but it ain't the best, but it ain't the worst. So I've been playing on that. I play my Xbox One Day One edition. It's not an S, remember. So this is spitting out at 1080, not 4K. And I played Forza Horizon 3, and it's bigger, right, than my other screen, and it looks just as good, even upscaled to 4, because the TV's gonna upscale it. So the TV upscales to 1080p to 4K to display it 4K on my screen. There's no difference as far as video games. Now, when you're talking about TV and movies and stuff, like we watched some Blu-rays, and I was looking at it, I was like, yeah, I can see. It feels like when you watch a DVD and a Blu-ray. You know what I'm saying? You're like, okay, that's not quite super Blu-ray.
Let me just stop you real quick, just so I can be clear on what you're saying. I don't want, I don't mind it. Like if I have a 4K TV, I don't mind if I watch a movie that was supposed to be seen in HD. I don't mind watching that movie and seeing it still in HD. Like I'm wondering, like, is it gonna make that look crappy?
No.
You know what I'm saying? Right.
No.
Because that's my, because I was gonna ask, if that's the case, how come now with TVs, how come they can't do the upgrade anymore without making the other one look like crap? Because I remember, like, with the old tube TVs, it was like, you could go to like a bigger model, you could do this and that. Like there wasn't that much difference in the picture.
Yeah, but that's the same resolution. That's why. So they're just making bigger screens with the same resolution, just like TVs now. You get a 1080p.
Yeah, and I thought.
Yes.
Yeah, and I thought the reason why, like a PlayStation 2 game looked crappy on HD, is because you're going from two totally different things. You're going from a tube to like a flat screen LCD, whatever those screens are.
So, what it is with that stuff. Like I would assume that you were using composite cables, like the old red, yellow, and red, yellow, white.
You can't use anything other than composite cables on the.
Right, and that's like that's even worse than screwing coaxial, because I think coaxial has a better picture quality. So your problem that you had back in the day, hooking up a PlayStation 2 to an HD monitor, is that happens regardless, because the signal quality that you're getting out of those cables are garbage, and it's not up to snuff like a HDMI. Like right now, my Xbox One is HDMI'd into my 4K TV, so I'm still getting the bandwidth, the quality of a good connection, a video connection. It's not like if I get a HDMI to composite cable and hook it up to that TV, it's gonna look like hot garbage because of the cable, not because of the actual content. So yeah, like I mean, Yeah, like, look, as long as you got HDMI or or what was I gonna say? The display port, which is the newer version. I can't get that right now. It should be good. So yeah, don't worry about that. I think if depending on what you're like, if you have a PlayStation 4 or you got an Xbox One or a PC with an HDMI, whatever, just go 4K. Don't worry about it. It will look good when you're playing your games, and you know with the little things that they're doing to even the lowest systems. It still looks good. I was looking at, like I said, I was playing. I was on the dashboard. I go to YouTube. Through YouTube on my Xbox One, looking at 4K content, look great. I know it's not the super best, but I'm looking at it, I'm like, that you can tell the difference between the 4K going through OG Xbox One versus 1080p content. You tell it right away. So, yeah, and it doesn't make the 1080p stuff look bad per se. Especially like Blu-rays. Blu-rays are fine. We watched Fantastic Beasts because I was like, Bridget likes that movie, so I put that on. And I was looking at it. I was like, I can see some of the stuff, and then I went back and I adjusted some of the settings on the screen and stuff. But yeah, man, it's if you like, the only reason why we bought this because it was cheap, like $350. And then I went online. I was like, oh, people bought it for like $299 and stuff like that. I was like, man, I wish I would have got that deal. But still, $50 more. It's all right. And just for like the 1 foot into the 4K realm, and I can start seeing all the content and everything, and seeing what the systems are doing for 4K and with 4K and Netflix as well, which we haven't really signed up for it yet. I don't know if it's that necessary because the stuff we're watching on Netflix is just HD 1080p. Looks fine. It's not like, oh man, it's kind of nah, it's wet. It's not even like that. It's like, okay, I can see that it's not super duper, but it's not horrible. It's not like, oh man, I can't watch this. So wait, okay, Tiger Claw says something. Go back a little bit here. Tiger Claw says my GTX 1080i Ti has 3 display ports and 1 HDMI, and currently my 1080p monitor is connected from one of the display ports using a display port to DVI deck. Oh, really? You know what? My how do you say? My 480, RX 480 has 4 display ports. I think it has 3 display ports. I got a HDMI, I got a DVI, and I got 3 display ports. I got more display ports than you, son. Take that pizza, yada. Anyway, anyway, yeah. So it is 4K. It's safe to jump in now, I would say. I mean, you could wait. You could still wait because TV hasn't caught up yet. We're watching. I mean, granted we're on DirecTV, so I was really thinking about hooking up the over-air antenna because honestly, the over-air antenna for local like news and stuff has better quality than cable providers and the satellite dish stuff that we have.
Yeah,
they're still pushing out.
When I got my HDTV. I just ran the TV just like by itself.
Yeah.
And like channel 2 looked like that station looked freaking amazing. And like when I put it through my my set-top box, it doesn't look as crisp as it looked by itself with just a signal going through.
And that's the difference between that. I mean, that's kind of the difference between like when you get something 4K and you get it like if you get something 1080p to 4K and you're using the right wires, that's what it'll look like. You're like, okay, that looks good, but it's not like the super best. But but if you're watching some 480, like we're watching some stuff on DirecTV 480p, like the local channels, and it doesn't look like you're watching a videotape, but it's kind of like, yo, that's kind of not crisp, son. And I know that I can get a crisp, son, if I hook up crisp. I know I can get a crisp image if I hook up the over-the-air antenna, but I'm like, nah, I don't feel like doing it because I don't feel like switching the thing. But that's just for news and stuff. But like I said, for the consoles or for Blu-ray players and stuff, it's definitely worth it. But if you could find a deal for $300 for a 4K, and you got the cash, there's nothing wrong with that. If you just want to dive in, because like the dude said we got at Best Buy, dudes was like, yo, you don't want to even go near that. You're gonna, if you want to get a quality set, it's gonna be like around $600, $700, $800 to start. And he was right, because those are the ones. Those are the HDR. Those are the ones that are, you know, the LGs and the Samsungs. And I was like, he's right, but I don't want to spend $600 right now. I don't want to spend $800 right now. That $350 looks kind of nice right now. So that's what we did. Boom.
I think I just heard somewhere on my local news. I think they even said like the worst thing to buy at this time of year is a TV. They say wait out on the TV. They're talking about some other crap to buy, and they were like, yeah, the one thing you don't want to buy, you know, in June and May or whatever, they were like a TV. So
yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, if you're gonna spend a whole bunch of money, because like we're so close to the holiday, you can get good deals on Black Friday. So yeah, but we need to get back to the E3 shenanigans coming up. So yeah, Microsoft's on Sunday. Excuse me. ZeniMax is on Monday. No, that's on Sunday too. I'm done. Yeah, that's on Sunday too. At no, that's on Monday.
Yeah, that's odd. I'm used to like E3 kicking off like on a Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Like that whole Saturday thing just sounds weird.
Oh no. Yeah, it is kind of weird, but it's cool because it gives us actually more days of E3. You know what I mean? So instead of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah, but it's been hard. It's been hard for me to follow it. Like as once G4 switched out, like it's been hard for me to follow E3 on the internet because there's so many sites have this and that. Like I'm trying to figure out like where's the place that you normally go to like get everything. I'm not talking about just the press conferences. I'm talking about like after that when you have the people that are like interviewing people about those games that wasn't spoken about on the show floor, but
it depends. It depends on who you like to watch because
I don't know any. I don't really watch any of them really.
Right. I mean, it's a lot of those. Like if you look at IGN or Polygon or whoever else, the bigger sites, you know, they'll have pretty comprehensive stuff. Xbox does a pretty good job because what they do. Well, now it's going to be different because it's going to be. Actually, here's another thing. Microsoft has Mixer. Used to be Beam. They bought Beam. Now it's Mixer, which I'm streaming on right now. Mixer is there. Hi, Mixer. And they're gonna stream their press conference in 4K over Mixer, and I'm like, yes, because I can watch it on my Xbox One, and I can watch it on 4K because I got 4K display. So it's gonna be great. Of course, I won't have the HDR, but you know what? I can live without that because, you know, I get the HDR thing. But that's another advantage that sorry, I got monster trucks outside. That's another advantage of not the Scorpio, but the 4K movement that Microsoft's kind of embarking on, you know. So that's cool. I don't know about the PlayStation or how they're doing it, or if they're gonna offer that through Twitch or something. I mean, that's another benefit that Microsoft has, is that they bought a streaming company and made it their own, and now they have the technology to do this high quality streaming of events, of E3, of their press conference, in addition to gamers being able to go on whatever your favorite game is that you can play on your Xbox One and stream in 4K. So it's exciting all around, and it should be really exciting for like streamers who actually, this is their living. They freaking do this every day. They get on for like 6-8 hours a day, stream, and get paid. And this is another step for them to be like, yo. And you know, the thing is like a lot of people who are in that industry are going to jump on it because that's like the only place to really do it kind of easy, you know. So it's weird. Ted Plus says by the time everyone has 4K TV in their homes, we would have 8K. Yeah, but this is going to be too expensive.
It won't be at 8K. It's going to be something totally different, because if that was the case, then it would be HD would be what IE.
IE.
Yeah, because H, the I comes after H, and then E comes after D. So I don't think it'll be a whatever that 8K or whatever the fuck is. Sorry.
Well, I mean,
whatever it's called.
Like the thing is, like 1080p is technically 1K, but they don't call it. They didn't call it 1K. They just called it HD, right? And 720 wasn't even. It was HD, but then they called 1080p True HD, and now 4K is.
So we're still.
No. I'm sorry. That's wrong. That's wrong.
Right. Well, 1080p. Are we? So we're still in the HD realm, but it's just that the HD is getting better. With this so-called high definition, it's just getting better. It's still high definition.
Well, it's
still
all
that family.
It's all high definition. It's just that they're being more specific because it's gonna keep getting higher and higher and higher. So they have to kind of delineate what it is. It's like, you know, is this a 10 millimeter? Is this 16 millimeter? 35 millimeter? 70 millimeter? You know?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like the difference between the old tube TVs and the TVs we have now. Like, you know, these are like almost like two different species. You get what I'm saying? Where like I'm just saying like the 4K still has the DNA of an HD. It's just better HD.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's the tube TVs were just the display technology. There was still resolution back then too. It was 480p or 480. No, it was 480i, I believe. I think those TVs were interlaced, I believe. Yeah. So it was.
Do they still make tube TVs? Because I'm sitting there like I got.
No.
I got two TVs left, and I'm sitting there like, what happens if those two TVs blow out? I'm gonna get my games, my PlayStation and my Nintendo games to look good on you know what I mean?
Well, if you go on either eBay or Amazon, they have adapters and they have mods you can do for your PlayStation to make it whatchamacallit. But anyway.
No, that's cool. Yeah, I soft modded my Wii, and I played like Nintendo games on there. They didn't look that bad.
Yeah, I mean that's not even
that's
HD
because you can
either.
adjust the size and crap on it.
Yeah,
you can crop it in.
Yeah,
that's a little better.
That's not that great. Tyclaw says no. 720p was known as HD, then 1080p was known as full HD. But 720p was, as I say, 1K. Cause okay, so 4K is 2160. So half of that is 1080, but it's really a fourth. So are they? Is that, or is it? What is it? What's a quarter of 2160? Is that It's not 1440, is it? I think it might be 1440. Is it the 1440? Might be 2K. I don't even actually know what the actual 2K. That's why they never went to 2K. They went straight to 4K. So if 2160 is 4K, 1080p is 2K, 1K would be 720p, but it wasn't 1K. Because like 4K, right? You're like 4K? No, that is 4K. So I mean that is 1K. So 720p is 1K. If you want to do it like, if you want to kind of assign them back to, you know, and then 480p is half a K. I don't know, 0.5. Because like 2160 is 4K, but it's not even close to 4,000, right? But it's the top number, which is 3820. I forget what it is. 3820, I think. No, 3840. Yeah, 920. Yeah, 3840. So they rounded up basically. So they round up the top number to say 4K. So the top number 1920p, well 1920 by 1080. That's 2K, and they round up the bottom number of 1280 by 7 to actually that's rounded down, so that's 1K. Okay. Anyway, but yeah, so HD 4K definitely on the rise. So on Sunday after Microsoft is ZeniMax. That's the thing, and that's at 9 p.m. Pacific, 12 a.m. Eastern, and 5 a.m. BST. I don't know what it is. So 5 to... Okay, so Microsoft starts at 5 for us, and they have until 12.
That early?
Yeah, 5 p.m. on Sunday. So get ready. And before that, Electronic Arts is at 3. That's Saturday. That's Saturday. Sunday starts at 5.
Yeah, I remember I caught one on Spike TV, and I think they started at like 11 in the morning or something. A while back, a couple years ago, 3 years ago.
I mean, you got a PC, right?
Yeah.
So you should.
No, I don't like. Well, actually, that's the only option. You can't watch it on TV anymore. Nobody plays it on television.
Well, does your Xbox 360? You still have a 360, right?
Yeah. Why?
Does it have that the live what's it called? Xbox Live Events app? I think it was called XBIE or something.
I don't know what that is, but no, the press conferences I always catch. Like I'll either watch. I remember I watched the Sony one on the PlayStation. I watched the I think I watched the Xbox one on the 360 or online somewhere. I always catch those. I'm just talking about like I want to try to get all that information that happens after when they introduce those games that
Right.
nobody really knows about.
Right.
That's stuff I've been looking for.
Yeah, I don't know what the plans for the different outlets are for like after those early press conferences because that's pre-E3 stuff, right? So I don't know if they'll actually they'll be there, I'm sure, but I don't know if they'll have a setup to actually do something there or they're gonna wait until the actual show starts on Monday, Monday night, Tuesday to get people in for interviews. So
yeah, because after G4 went off. The next thing I went to was I want to call them Rev 9, but that sounds too close to your show. Not Rev 9, Rev 3 or something. That's the one that Adam Sessler was doing.
Yeah.
I get all my stuff.
Yeah, I think it was Rev 3. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, but they don't even do anything anymore. So
no,
like,
Adam Sessler. Yeah, he's doing the Friday the 13th game now. Anyway, I would say
he's doing it like promoting it.
Yeah, I think he's part of the promotion or maybe he's a producer. I don't know what. I think he might be just a mouthpiece, or he has some stake in it, or the company that's actually making it. I don't really know.
Yeah, I gotta try the game because I think I would be like the best Jason.
Yeah, I think you should wait though because there's some issues with it right now. But
yeah, I heard it's only on the PC though, not the. I went for PlayStation 4, so.
Yeah. So okay, this is what I'll probably do. It's the Giant Bomb Dudes, which is Game Spot. But I mean, it really is Giant Bomb. So if you check Giant Bomb, because they every year they like rent a place out there, and they're just sitting there, and then people just come on in. They just like have the door open and hey, Tim Schafer's, hey, sit down, Tim Schafer, blah blah blah, and they have like a constant like hours and hours of people rotating in and out, and it's like people, not like just some small off the street. It's just like Tim Schafer, here's Phil Spencer, just don't come in, or let's talk here, have a beer, blah blah blah, and it's them, it's those guys, and they're freaking entertaining and smart and stuff. So I would watch them over anybody else.
Yeah,
definitely.
I caught some nerds the last E3. And I still can't find the game, but they spoke about like this game that just sounded really cool. It was like this open world game, kind of like Skyrim, but you could do like a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't remember the name of that game shit that actually came out, but they were fun to watch.
There's a game.
Yeah, what did you say?
There's a game coming out. I think it's gonna be Xbox. I don't know if it's Xbox exclusive, but I know it's coming out for the Xbox. Probably the Scorpio, and it's just like that. It's a open world RPG. But it feels more Japanese. I'm not sure if was it Black not Black Isle. Is it Black Isle? It's something like that. And I was looking at it, I was like, that looks all right if it's open world and stuff, and it's supposed to be I guess a big deal. So there's gonna be some games that will I don't know if surprise is the word, but I guess gain a little interest. Because you look at like PlayerUnknown's Battleground, now everybody's playing that and like, oh man, this is crazy. And now Xbox, they just put a game called The Culling. It's a early access game, so it's game preview on Xbox, and I downloaded it. I haven't played it yet. I'll probably play it tonight. And it's the same. It's the same thing where you're on an island or you're in a. It's a game show thing based. It's not just like an island. It's a game show thing, and there's a whole bunch of people, and you just go around open world and you grab your stuff and you kill each other. Basically, same thing. Basically, but that survival arena. I don't even know what what to call that genre yet, because it's not new, but it's gaining popularity in such a way that it needs to have a moniker, but I'm not sure what it is yet. But stuff like that is starting to gain notice, and stuff like, even though Skyrim and Morrowind, these games have been around for years and years and years, but Bethesda's been the only one doing it. So now I think other companies that are like, hey, we could do that. Just like Neo, where that's a Dark Souls clone, or whatchamacallit, The Fallen. I forgot the rest of the name was. It's a Dark Souls clone. So there are other companies out there that are actually good, that can make games, who are making these alternative games that are just like, oh, you know, just like Uncharted. Somebody's gonna come out with a game that's way better than Uncharted one day, and then Uncharted's like, yeah, remember when Uncharted was great? And then you're looking at this game, it's like, yeah, it's way better. Just like how Tomb Raider was the joint back in the day. You're like, yo, Tomb Raider's great. Then Uncharted came around and said, smack, smack, smack. Now Uncharted's better than Tomb Raider. Now Tomb Raider came back and said, smack, smack, smack. Kind of better too, in certain respects. But anyway. Yeah, so moving on to the next, to Monday.
If they want to make some better games, they gotta stop listening to gamers, pretty much. Because the gamers just want more of the same. Like, they don't, they're not you try to bring anything different into the mix, and they start freaking out and comparing it, and they freak the developers out, and before you know it, you just got crap.
The thing is, you're right. Because when you say listen to the gamers, it's really about the loudest people on the internet, not so much the smartest people. And the people making games are gamers, generally speaking. I'm not gonna say everybody's a gamer, but I would say 99.99% of people making games are gamers. And so they're the creators and they're gamers, so they know what they want to create. They have the idea. I know that as a creator, implementing your creation to be perfectly perfect to what you imagine is almost close to impossible. But starting that journey to create a game or whatever, and maybe coming up with something different, maybe even better than what you originally thought, that happens sometimes, So I agree. It's on the developer to ignore a lot of that noise and to be and they need to be smart as far as trends. They need somebody in their camp to look at, okay, this is what's happening. These games are being popular, blah blah blah. But if you're like, oh, we want to make a game, we want to make a MOBA, like, why would you do that? Because you can't. It's like trying to make. It's like what's that game called? Paladins. That is exactly like Overwatch. It's super so close to Overwatch. It's ridiculous. I played it, right? I was playing it, played a couple matches. I was like, this is Overwatch, except not as good. I mean, it's not horrible. It's not a bad game, but it's like Overwatch has so much charm, and they did their work. They put all those little animated shorts together, and it's like, it feels like something about each of these characters, and it feels like a universe that exists. How they did it, even though if you break it down, Overwatch is just a multiplayer game with these colorful Disney-looking characters shooting each other in the face, and that's what Paladins is too. But they didn't do all that other extra work that Blizzard did to, And I'm saying there are characters that are exact analogs. I'm like, that's Reinhardt right there, and I was like, all right, but technically, if you mix those games together, you'd be like, oh, that's over. Oh wait, that's not over. But that game's gonna fail because Overwatch is such a juggernaut. So developers have to be smart in that they can't go and chase after something like World of Warcraft or Overwatch unless you're doing something like, if you're doing that plus you're doing, I don't know, like a deep, long single player game, or if it's open world, or it has to be another hook in there that differentiates from the better game that's out there that everybody's already playing. And so that's one of the things I'd say as far as developers not listening to gamers, but looking at what gamers are doing and playing and what's hot at the moment, not to fall into the me too trap. That's what Sony does a lot. They do that with their hardware, and they get caught. The PSVR, even though it's cool, but that's a Me Too device that was too early. they should have waited for the PC stuff.
Yeah, I got a different opinion on that, but I just want to give an example of why gamers usually don't know what the heck they're talking about. So, I bought this game on Steam. I'm trying to keep this short. And the guys that made this game, I think when they were like maybe 12 years old, they invented their own kind of like, I guess you could say like role-playing kind of battle game, and it involved dice and, you move across squares, and it was like turn-based and all this stuff. So they decided to make a game out of it. The game was fun, but people were complaining that the game was too hard, and like these guys bent over backwards just to please these people, and the game suffered big time for it. When these people didn't know what they never encountered a game like that before, so they were just trying to like make it something that they played before, understand something. And one of my favorite comments in the forum, some gamer was like raging about the game, and he was like telling me how stupid the devs are. He was like, oh, he's like, the developers are so stupid. He was like, what game do you know of where you could only move one piece in a turn? And we're like, chess. And that's just how stupid they are. You know what I mean? It's just like, he's over here, calling the developers stupid and just saying, there's no game like that. And we're like, yeah, most of the freaking board games you ever played are like that. So it's just stuff like that. Just drives me crazy.
Yeah.
But VR. I'm not gonna get into whole detail, but I have Star Trek, and I'm just gonna say, you're wrong about VR. That's all I'm gonna say.
No. I'm not saying all VR.
All right.
I'm not saying all VR. It's just that VR is. It wasn't ready when they started it. So as a burgeoning or as a growing technology within the video game and computer industry, I think Sony jumped a little too quickly on that. Instead of like concentrating on their upgraded PS4, they kind of split.
I'm glad they did. I'm glad they did what they did, because I don't have the PC to run VR, and the headset and the PC combined is like way way over my my range.
Right.
So,
but
I'm thanking Sony.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Wait, one thing. Okay. Not only does it work, I'm also playing. When I play the Star Trek game and other Ubisoft VR games, I'm playing with people on Oculus Rift and Vive and all that stuff. Like we're all playing together, we're having fun. Like I said, Star Trek does have glitches, because I was in one game, and we went into the whatever the heck you call that when they warp.
Right.
And
teleport.
we were like stuck in the vortex. Like we were just like in the vortex. But like sometimes the bugs just make it fun. Like if you watch Star Trek, they always encounter like weird stuff.
Yeah.
So I was in another ship. You
were caught in a time wave or whatever the heck.
Yeah. I was like, let's just sit here and see what happens. When people start leaving the game, I'm like, we can just sit here and talk and see what happens when if we ever get out of this thing. And then another funny thing that happened was I think it's like three AI crew members. Like one is a science officer, the other one is communications. Then you have some lady, I don't know what the heck she's doing off on the side. Well, some woman that's always doing something on the side.
You were playing single player? You were playing multiplayer?
No, I'm playing multiplayer.
Oh, okay.
And so, but the single player, it's funny how you can actually play it single player as well, which is really cool. It's better than, I won't say better, because Artemis is a great game, but it's way harder to do single player with Artemis than it is with Star Trek. Like Star Trek, You can actually just play single player and do all the missions. But anyway, the woman who was the communications, she just kept like telling us that there were these ships following us, and like no matter where we went, she's like, they're approaching. Whatever, we're like looking out on the monitor, like there's nothing there, lady. Like, bucking, like, are you crazy?
Yeah, I mean, the newer games, they have little bugs and stuff. That's fine. And then the thing about like Star Trek Bridge Crew is that it's more of a social game.
Yeah,
and I think that's the strength of VR right now, is the social stuff. When you get a couple people playing, it's ridiculous. It's crazy fun. You make your own fun. You're like kids in a brand new VR playground, and that's one of the strengths of VR. But I'm not even talking about that because that's the experiences and that's the games. I'm talking about the technology. And Sony literally copied what Oculus and Vive were doing, where you got these lighthouses and you got the cameras and you got all these external tracking things. And the next wave of VR is gonna eliminate the need for external tracking. So that makes it cheaper. That makes it easier. Less wires. So that's what I'm saying. Sony was just a little too early, and like right now, like if Sony says, "Oh, we're gonna make our VR better," right? How would they do that? Would they change it and make it inside out, or are they gonna still require a camera? You know, and how many people are gonna be like, "I don't want to buy a camera. Just give me a headset that works." You know. So
yeah, but I would say Nintendo with the Virtual Boy. I would say that they moved a little too far ahead, but like I think Sony got in the pocket because like they actually executed what they were all trying to do, and that's like allow you to be in this virtual world, this virtual environment, interacting with it, and you're doing all that stuff. Like like the only the only issues, like I told you before, is like the drifting will get on your nerves.
yeah.
Sometimes when you're using the whatever the DualShock, whatever this controller is called, when you're using that, it'll out of sync itself.
Cool.
And with the other thing is with like if you bend too far down, you go out of range, and then you get like the message, "Oh, you're out of range" or whatever. Like Star Trek has it.
You see,
actually the first, like I can actually move a little further up and down on other games than I can with Star Trek shocked me because like I've been playing VR for so long that like I'm used to like what's the limit as far as I can like look up or down or whatever, and I was shocked that like Star Trek kind of like, oh, you can't go even that far or whatever, but it still worked because all you gotta do is just look forward, look to your side, look up, whatever. But like I wanted to look at the full ceiling because at one point there's some instructor there and he was just like going on, and I was like, oh man, so I just want to look up at the ceiling and just ignore him.
See,
and couldn't do that.
See, here's the thing.
But it still worked.
It works, but it's limited. And here's the thing: the new inside-out tracking, the one that Acer and I forget who the other manufacturer are that are gonna work for PC and Xbox Scorpio, rumored. That won't happen because since the tracking is in the headset, wherever you look will exist. So it won't lose you because you're tracking the room. You're using the room as a reference.
AR.
Huh? No, that's
AR.
That's VR. That's VR.
No, but AR, VR. No, I'm saying it's the same kind of idea.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's using the same tracking as AR would, but it's using it for VR. So, it like you're in a bridge. You look up. There's a ceiling in your room that you're playing in. There's a ceiling in the game. You can look down. There's no. You can move here, there. You can get if it was wireless.
How well that sync? Like, let's say if somebody, let's say if somebody has like some crap hanging off their ceiling, like a ceiling fan or something. Like, is that gonna glitch up? Like, you're gonna have to like start taking stuff off your walls and things just for this thing to read it, right?
I think.
A lot of people got ceiling fans.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. I don't think it'll. I mean, it might create a. It'll create a three. Well, how it works is kind of like how the Kinect works. When you turn on the Kinect, it creates a 3D map of your room. So it'll see your couch, it'll see your table, see everything, see you, blah blah blah. So this is what the headset does basically. So I don't think it'll necessarily glitch out or do anything. It'll just be like, yeah, there's a fan there, but that's like information you don't need as far as VR goes. But what I'm saying is that if you look up or you turn directly all the way around,
oh yeah, I get that, yeah.
You won't get lost because the tracking isn't external looking at you, it's you. So that's a big plus. So that takes away that whole losing tracking limitation of and this is not just PSVR I'm talking about. This is Oculus and Vive as well. That's why the Vive has like 3 different. Well, the Oculus has 2, and you can buy a third one. I'm like, you can have 3 cameras in your room just so that you don't lose. You're not lost as far as the cameras go. And I'm like, it's ridiculous. And the solution has presented itself with a little bit of innovation and iteration. And
do you think that solution would even be there if the 3 big VR people right now didn't first do what they did. You know what I'm saying? Like, what if I have to like look at something? Okay, this isn't completely what it should be, so let's improve upon this. Like, if they didn't do that at all, what will we have now? You know what I'm saying? So like, I think there was a reason for them to do this.
No, I think you're right in that. I don't think Microsoft would have bothered with the HoloLens.
Mm-hmm.
See, I can't really say that for a fact, but if VR really wasn't a thing that was happening, I'm not sure if Microsoft would have even messed with HoloLens. And the technology, the inside-out tracking technology was derived from Kinect, which is derived from HoloLens.
Right.
I mean, HoloLens.
And the motion control, like how everybody was on Nintendo for the whole motion control thing. Right. I feel like I was never really into motion controls just because like I played the laser gun games, and those things really annoyed me back in the day.
Right.
So like I knew what I was getting with motion controls. Like it wasn't really my thing. And plus I used to have like an iToy, and that got boring like real quick. That whole they used to have like these mini games where like little things would run on the screen and you just like slap them.
Yeah.
And so that was fun for maybe like a week, and I'm like, all right, whatever. So I'm like, I know what this motion control is, but I think if it wasn't even for motion controls, there wouldn't be any VR. Because like when I play VR, like I feel like this is almost what they were trying to accomplish with motion control, like immerse you in the game and have you interact with things. Now you have it all around you as opposed to just it being on the screen and you're chunking stuff at it.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not gonna
like
say.
This is like basically VR just feels like the where all that stuff was headed, where all the laser gun things, all that stuff, because you're basically doing all that in VR.
Right. Yeah. No.
It's a combination of motion control, 3D gaming, and that whole laser duck hunt.
Yeah.
Gangster town stuff.
I'm on the same side as you. I know for a fact that VR is cool, right? I know that. But what I'm saying is that, like, everything that exists right now it's the first steps, it's the baby steps.
Mm-hmm.
But my thing is like Oculus and Vive, they're big companies. I mean, so Sony, but they're more. It's more acceptable for PC peripherals or PC peripheral manufacturers to iterate and to come out with, oh, here's a new version and it does this and that and blah blah blah. And PC gamers got all the money, so they be like, I'll buy that, you know. On the other hand, you look at the PlayStation side, it's like, how many different versions of a peripheral are you willing to buy, especially at that price point, right? If you bought a PSVR, are you gonna buy version 2, which is better? Would you?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, you took too long to answer that though. Yeah, but that's the whole thing. The whole console market is rooted in affordability and simplicity. And if you're putting out too many peripherals, this is what happened back in the day with Sega. They put out too many peripherals, it got out of hand. They were like, whatever, and then they messed up as far as hardware goes. So that was a whole nother thing. But like
Sega had so much stuff. Sega had so much stuff that I remember a neighbor of mine when he moved away, he left like some of the Sega stuff, and I didn't even know they had a freaking roller controller for Sega. Like I'm looking at this thing like, where the heck was this thing at?
Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah, that thing was it was a cool controller. Like that thing lasted for a long time too. Like I think that thing was like indestructible. Couldn't break it.
Yeah.
I used to love playing Rocky with it because you can like swing super fast. You just like roll in on that controller. You just like you could like literally beat Drago with that controller.
Yeah, cool. Rocky was good on that Master System.
Yeah, all right.
But anyway, but yeah, man. I mean, it seems to me like Sony's fallen into a peripheral limbo, and they've sold enough for it not to be like a failure or anything, but it's not exactly a runaway success at the same time. And
dude, man, Tekken 4. I'm saying Tekken 4. Tekken 7.
Yeah.
They have this VR mode. I was watching a review on YouTube, and they were reviewing Tekken 7, and then this guy and this girl, they got to the point of VR, and they were like, oh, gimmick and don't waste your time. They're like, this is only for the 10 people that bought VR. So I played it. Now the first thing I'm gonna say, like, yeah, it's not perfect. It's like the I guess you call it the resolution that you see in Tekken when you're not in VR.
Right.
Is way better than the resolution that you see when you're in the VR. Like it looks a little blurry, a little blotchy in VR.
Mm-hmm.
But I just have to say, just looking at the fighting in the VR, like it was so cool. Like I sat there for maybe 40 minutes just watching. Like it's nothing amazing. All it is you know, like when you play any fighting game and you can do the practice mode where you just fight the AI forever.
Yeah.
You know, it's basically that, but they put it in VR, and like you can zoom in on the characters, look around them, and then you could even slow it down. So you look like you're watching like Matrix fighting, and you can watch like all the intricate moves that they do in that game. It was a really cool experience. I really liked it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're fighting over water, so it's like when you see somebody get knocked into the water, like you see the water like splashing on them, and like it looks like they're like right there in front of you, just getting their butt kicked.
Right.
And then they have another VR mode where it's like you're looking at the character models, which that one isn't that great because there's a lot of you gotta like back out and do different things, and it kind of loses the effect. Like I wish there was a way that you can customize them without backing out into the menu that takes you out of the VR, which makes no sense to me. So like you're constantly like, if you want to change characters, you gotta back out of the VR mode, go back into the regular 2D mode, put some new stuff on, and then view it in the viewer. And then like with the crazy loading times, so it kind of loads a little slow. So
wait a second.
All that together.
So when you go out of the VR mode, you have to take the headset off.
No, you don't know. You keep that shit on because you're watching it in cinema mode.
Oh, okay.
You know, so you're still watching the game.
Gotcha.
But it's just annoying to, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, it feels a little tedious.
Right.
You know, just doing that. But other than that, I mean, it's cool. Like it's real simple. It's nothing major, nothing big. But those reviewers just like pissed me off because I'm pretty sure they didn't even try it and they just came right out and like, oh, you know, it's crap. It's a gimmick. And I'm like, no, it looks really cool.
Yeah, and you're rocking a regular PS4, right? The OG.
Yeah. Not Pro.
That's cool.
Yeah, so who knows? Maybe it looks better in the Pro. I don't know, but
yeah, probably does. Probably does.
But no, I mean, it was really cool. Like I'm telling you the honest truth, man. Like I can't believe I was just sitting there.
Dude, I believe anybody who says that their VR was cool. Of course, it's like it's 3D. It's It's super 3D basically. It's 3D plus. It's 3D plus basically. And like you said, it's everything. It's like a lot of different technologies combined into this, you know, awesomeness. But like I said, it's in its infancy right now, and I think with iteration and making it more affordable, the main thing about VR, besides its kind of clunkiness right now, is the price is too expensive. It's costing more than a freaking system. So that's not gonna fly right now, and that's why I keep saying it's too early, blah blah blah. But you know, these new batch that are coming out, I don't know, I think early next year, they're gonna be cheaper. You know, they're gonna be $299. I think is what the Acer, was it Acer? Yeah, Acer is gonna put out one for $299 for PC and Xbox One, presumably Xbox One Scorpio. So yeah, I mean, like I said, it's just a matter of time, and also it's the developers who. Like Capcom was smart making Resident Evil both a good game and VR compatible, and I think developers need to approach it like that more so than just making kind of mediocre games that are VR. Like Farpoint, right? That's like a mediocre at best shooter. If it wasn't VR, you'd be like, okay, this is a 4 or whatever, you know. But it being VR makes it better, which is fine, but that hurts the developer because you've already sectioned yourself off as, hey, only VR people are going to play this, so you have a smaller fan base, less sales. You know, it behooves the developer to make a game that's both, so you can sell it both ways and make all the monies. So
I was I agree with you last week when you said that, but somebody made a good point in one of the Steam forums, like when Star Trek came out.
Yeah.
There was a lot of freaking pissed off gamers because they were like, oh, this is not in, how come this can't be in 2D and FVR and UVR? You know, they were going crazy.
Yeah.
Like you can read it on the forum. There's like a thread over there where somebody was just complaining about it. You can read what people were saying. Right. But I have to say, most of the VR people were dicks anyway because they were just saying stupid stuff to people that I'm not going to repeat. Right. But anyway,
but the thing, I mean, he's kind of
the point I was making was that somebody made up a good point, and when they were talking about why can't it be also in 2D, the Star Trek game, and they were like,
Right.
well, like they want to make VR something that people should buy. They want people to buy VR. So if they actually put it in a 2D space like Artemis, then people are going to be like, why do I need the VR anyway? Screw the VR. Let's go right into the game 2D. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
like, it makes sense that they're going to make games that are specifically made for VR because they're trying to sell VR. They're not just trying
Right.
to sell a game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And that made a lot of sense.
I get that. But
Yeah.
but like I said, I mean the example is Resident Evil. It's both. It's like it's the perfect example because as a game without VR, it's excellent, right? It's scary, it's all that stuff. But when you add VR, it makes it 10 million times better because it puts you in there for real, for real. So that's the perfect example why you make a game for both. You make an excellent game.
Yeah, but I tell you last week that a lot of the VR games can be played outside of VR as like a regular game. That well, most of the games they have are like not counting Farpoint because I agree with you on Farpoint. Farpoint looks really mediocre, but like the other stuff they have like that space flying game
Right.
and
Right.
Werewolves Within,
Yeah.
Star Trek,
Yeah.
just all the different VR games that real time strategy, all that stuff can be played outside of VR. They just they just choose to have a VR only for their reasons. Maybe the reasons like everyone is saying just for them to sell VR. But those games are legit and they can be played outside VR. It's not like motion controls where those games you can't play unless you're playing motion control.
Right.
You know
I mean that's the thing though too. If they make games for both, that's my whole argument of if the fact that VR is too expensive. If VR was affordable enough for people, it's more of a impulse buy. It's like, oh, that's better with VR. Is how much? That's pretty cheap. I'll just go buy that real quick. You know what I mean? So that's where the price and the technology is too expensive for the industry right now. And that's why they have to make games only for VR because it's a hard sell. You have to be like, you gotta sell them instead of it being just like, oh, that's all it is. Throw that in the thing. Let's go. You know what I mean? So, but anyway, we did discuss about this last week. So we don't need to go over it again. What you call it? E3, dang it. Dang it. So, we're still on Sunday. Okay. So, ZeniMax is Sunday night. Last show of the first day. Or the first day of the week of Sunday. So, like I said, they're going to be at 9, 12 a.m. for us. So, we're going to stay up. Well, I'm going to stay up late and watch it. They don't say how long it is. It's going to be Los Angeles Center Studios. I don't know where that is. They say they're going to have Bethesda Softworks, which is Bethesda, Elder Scrolls, and Fallout, plus studios such as Arcane, Dishonored and Prey, id, Doomquake, and Machine Games Wolfenstein. So yeah, they're their lineup basically. Yeah, I don't know what they. Yeah, we'll see. That'll be interesting. I think Bethesda's super solid. Monday. Monday is a good day because that's the Sony day. But 10 a.m. Well, I'll just do the Eastern. Well, I'll do both. Pacific 10 a.m. Eastern 1 p.m. is the PC gaming show. You ever watch that? The PC stuff?
Nah, I always miss it. Whatever they do.
Yeah. Well, now it's Monday if you're not working or anything. 1 p.m. if you're around. Check it out. Let's see. Intel has replaced AMD as the main sponsor of the third annual PC gaming show, which will also feature presentations from Bohemia Interactive, Side Games, Microsoft, Nexon, Tripwire Interactive, Virtual Reality, and esports will be two of the focal points for the event. So, that being said, I guess the well, they didn't say Acer, but those are only I wonder if Microsoft will pimp the VR stuff, the Acer stuff. Probably not. But anyway, I think
They keep trying to push this PC stuff. Where I'm just like, come on, man.
Look, it's important because our consoles are based off now. Like this generation, it started this generation for the most part. Our consoles are based off of what AMD in particular is doing because You know, you look at the PS4 Pro. That's I think it's Polaris GPU stuff, or I mean chipset. No, Jaguar chipset, Jaguar CPU, Polaris GPU. It's all APU anyway, but you know that's all AMD. You know, so whatever AMD is pushing out, like yo, just the hotness, your console will have an iteration of those things. So, and that's the same thing with Scorpio. So it's important to pay attention to what they're doing. But for us on the console side, it's more about AMD, not so much Intel, because Intel they're doing some stuff, and I think they rushed out the i9. They're coming out with i9 chips now, which are, you know, i3, i5, i7, i9. You know that stuff, right? You know at least that, right? No, probably not. But they're doing that, and I watched the video with Linus, the Canadian cat. He was all sad walking around. I guess he was in, where was he in? Taiwan? Shanghai? I don't remember. Not Shanghai. Taiwan. At the computer, there was like a show. Anyway, he was sad because he was like, this is just like an overclocked i7 and it's not even that much better. And he's like, and like the motherboards kind of suck. And I was like, okay, I'm glad I'm not a super PC dude like him. He was really sad. But anyway, yeah, it's just important to pay attention to what AMD's doing, because it is the future of consoles. What AMD's doing for now, unless you know, these console makers switch back to Intel or whatever. Anyway, moving on. Ubisoft is at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. Close to 2 hours. Unannounced, but close to 2 hours. The French publisher, blah, blah, blah. Far Cry 5, South Park, The Fractured Butthole, Assassin's Creed. So I guess, well, they'll probably have some Assassin's Creed on Microsoft stage too, maybe. Sony's next, and Sony is so happy to be going. Oh, excuse me. Oh, at 6 p.m. at 9 p.m. Eastern. Man, I gotta stay up. Late on Monday. I think I should take the next day off. What is that? The 14th. I think I'm gonna take the 14th. No, 13th. I should take the 13th off. I think I'm gonna take the 13th. I'm gonna take the 13th off. Yep. So I can just sleep. Anyway, so unannounced, typically 90 minutes to 2 hours. So the PlayStation 4 Pro launched last fall, about a month after the PlayStation VR headset. Now it's up to Sony to deliver games for both systems. Hopefully we'll see more of the big first-party titles that company announced in 2016. Like God of War, Days Gone, and Last of Us Part 2. So you just want to see the same thing you saw last year? Come on, Polygon. What the hell is wrong with you? That sounds dumb. They're going to have more gameplay. Like God of War was just a vertical slice. Days Gone was a vertical slice. Last of Us wasn't even gameplay. It was just a freaking, whatchamacallit, freaking CG in-engine trailer. Just like what Gears of War does. Anyway, Tuesday, Nintendo. 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern. Oh, so yeah, I should take off on Tuesday, so I can watch that. I don't really care about Nintendo. Why would I watch Nintendo's? Does it matter? Does it have a direct? I can watch it on my phone on my work. How long? Unannounced, but likely under an hour. For shame. What? Nintendo marches to the beat of its own drum. Ugh.
So are they doing that treehouse thing again, or are they going legit press conference?
They haven't said. I don't know.
I like Nintendo, but I have to admit that whole like pre-recorded thing, it doesn't. Me, I'm a person I like live. You know, I like to watch live events. Yeah. And that pre-recorded stuff ain't working for me, man.
Hey, they saving money.
I mean, it's still good though. I don't know. I'm just not a.
Yeah, it's
like what happened? They got worried after that. Cause remember, people made fun of them when they were doing the whole the insurance thing.
Yeah. Was it Wii Music?
See, like, ever since then, it was like, we ain't doing no more press. Like, the next one they did, like they were kind of like policing the whole thing, and I think it was like after like They only did like 2 more regions or something, and then after that they just went into the treehouse.
Yeah. Well, you know, I mean, it's Super Mario Galaxy. I mean, Super Mario Odyssey. Excuse me.
New York City.
I don't know what else. Honestly, and that's all they have as far as press conferences on this page of Polygonness, which is fine.
They should go there. They should really like flip everybody out, do a live press conference, and then the people at the event get them all free switches.
Yeah, right. Don't they have the money to do it, but they'll never do that. Never. They're too concerned about making money to give money away. And people want to buy the Switch, so they don't need to. Just like the PlayStation doesn't really need to do anything but provide games.
Yeah, they ain't doing nothing in the free games this month. I mean, it seems like they just keep giving games out. It's like, I downloaded to have it, but
yeah.
I guess I missed out. I should have had PS Plus and had the PlayStation 3. It seemed like they were getting better games then than what we're getting now. We're getting some weird stuff.
Yeah, there's some pretty garbagey stuff. I mean, Xbox has been kind of bringing it for a while. I was like, yo, they got some good games. I'm like, I can't even play. I think Mad Max is supposed to be next month or this month. No, it's this month in the Mad Max. I'm like, Mad Max? Oh, all right, I'll check that out. You know what I mean? It's like Mad Max, and then there's another open world car combat game that just came out. For I think it's a preview program, so early access basically. I forgot what it's called, but I downloaded it, so I'm gonna check that out too tonight. I'll be mixing it. I'll be mixering it, so I'll be streaming that on Mixer. So if you want to check me out playing that, yeah, you should follow me on Mixer, dude. I don't know why you don't do that.
I think you have to have an Xbox to do that.
No, it's PC, man. You just go to mixer.com/SG and hit that.
I could watch it probably, but
yeah,
not stream for me because I don't have any of those game capture tools. I use my PlayStation to do all that.
You could probably do it on your PlayStation. You got a browser on PlayStation. You can go through there, unless they block it or something. But it's just a website.
Yeah, true.
And it's like the thing about Mixer, right? Because it was Beam before, and I never really used Beam that much. I was messing around with it, but since they switched around, I guess they've been doing some magic in there. I mean, Microsoft owns them, but they're still the same company. You know what I'm saying? It's still the same guys that created it and all that stuff. They still work there. It's not like just Microsoft took it and fired everybody. It's the same company. It's just Microsoft pays the bills now, and it's fat. Like when I go to the website, right? I'm streaming right now, and I got the window open right now with the stream coming back at me, so I can look at it. And like say if I disconnect the stream and I connect it again, it's like 5 seconds, boom, it's back up. I'm like, yo, it's mad quick, and the chat is like super fast. It's like they say it's a sub-second delay basically. So if you type something in chat, I'll see it and I can say boom. We can do a test right now. If you go over there and type something in chat, boom, we see how long the delay is. But they say sub-second. Pace says, Esgee, I would like to see some new exciting games on Xbox One / Scorpio. None of the HD remakes stuff. He said other things. No more Gears, no more Halo, please. No, I agree. There won't be Gears. There won't be Halo. There might be a Halo trailer for next year.
There's gonna be a Halo 6.
Yeah. There'll be a teaser for Halo, which is fine. I don't care about that because that's a staple. But I agree. I want the new stuff. And think about what Microsoft did as far as like for like Recore for specifically. That game could have been excellent, but just aesthetically speaking, like the animation of the character and just like the jaggies and stuff. Like if they would have, I don't know, 6 more months of just making it pretty and feel better. Besides the I guess the repetitive nature of like the later part of the game, that game would have been up a couple more notches, and it just feels like it was undercooked. And in that respect, I appreciate how Sony does it. It's like, yo, take your time. When it's ready, then it come out. But at the same time, You know, Polyphony's been lollygagging for years. When was the last Gran Turismo that came out? It was on PS3, which was over 4 years ago, almost.
I got my PS3 in 2009, and I think Gran Turismo came out in 2010 or.
So let's say 6 years. Which is really, it's 7 years. Let's say 7 years. And I'm looking.
If I find it, I'll tell you what year it came out.
Oh, that's fine. But it's like, I'm like, yo, and I'm looking at Gran Turismo Sport, and I'm like, that's not 7 years. That's not a 7-year game right there. If you spend 7 years on a racing, that should better be the best racing game I ever played on the earth. And yes, it's gonna sell. It's gonna sell great because cats in Europe love it, and the install base is huge. But it's still not like, if you look at competition, you look at Project Cars 2 coming out. You got Forza coming out, Forza Horizon. The competition is still. I think that Gran Turismo's at the bottom of the pile right now. They might be over like something like Dirt or something, but you know they.
No, I think their main selling point. I know it's the main selling point for me is the even though I'm not like a mechanic, I never went to mechanic school or anything like that. But I love that whole idea of like souping up your car and buying parts and putting parts in it. Like I love that. I think that Gran Turismo. You gotta let me know about what's the other one? Forza. Like, are they pretty much tied in that category, or will you admit that Gran Turismo has a little bit more? I did the Forza thing, and I don't remember it feeling like I was doing as much to my car as I felt even when I played Gran Turismo on PlayStation 2.
Which
that last game they did for PlayStation?
Whichever
one that was.
Which Forza did you play?
The I think it was the last one they did for 360. Whatever that one was, the one that first had the guy from
Top Gear,
from the British show. Yeah. Remember that was like the first game that had him narrating all the stuff.
The last 360 Forza was Forza 4, because Forza 5 was the first one for Xbox One. I think Forza 3 was the first one that had the Top Gear stuff. I think, or maybe it was 4. One of the two. But Forza. Yeah, you can modify. You can select your rims. You know, it has the weight and all that stuff. You can paint everything. It's good. I mean, I don't know how deep Gran Turismo goes, but like say if you change aspiration, or you change something on your car, it'll affect the tweaking and the tuning. So you can change something, boom, it'll add some spots on your tuning. So like say if you if you do the lowering of the suspension, then you can adjust it, the ride height and all that stuff. You can get deep in it if you want to, but then they give you the easy way out, where it's like, oh no, I just turn on all the stuff, I just want to play around and stuff, which is cool. But I always felt that didn't fit in the main Forza, but it feels more fitting in Forza Horizon, which is more arcadey, which I prefer. But you still have, it's not as deep as Forza Motorsport proper, but it still has a version of all the tweaking. You buy the different rims, you hook them up, you put the wings on it and all that stuff, so it's cool. I think Forza hits it pretty good, and they have really good physics on the cars with the weather and the tire physics and all that stuff they're talking about. I think Forza has been the best feeling driving game as far as how it feels to drive a car. Like I remember playing Sega GT on the original Xbox, and I was like, this doesn't drive. I had to get used to it. I was like, man, this is And then what was it? It was an arcade game, so I don't count that. But the first game I played driving wise that felt great was called Apex. I don't remember who made that. Well, that's not true exactly, but that was one of the first. It was Apex, and it was Rally Sport Challenge, I think it was called, for an Xbox, original Xbox. Those are great feeling racing games, and that's what I like. What I didn't like were the kind of stiff, like the Ridge Racer and what Gran Turismo used to be back in the day. So that's why I appreciate what Forza is, because Forza is evolution of what those games were, and it's kind of going forward with it. So I think Forza is in a good spot. Gran Turismo has its fans and stuff, but I think it was a little dated. I think they're updating it as far as like the music, because I remember one of the Gran Turismos, they had that crazy jazz on it, and I was like, no, I'm elevated jazz is not the music. That's not driving music. That's fall asleep music. You know, put the it's like a horn and like Kenny G playing me something. I'm like, no, you don't know. You better put some Dead Mouse or something on there. Give me amp that hype to be hitting them curves and stuff. So
I kind of felt that way when I played Marvel vs. Capcom 2 because that was like my holy grail game for a long time.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is it? I want to take you for a ride.
Don't take for a ride. Ding, 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 ding. I'm like, yeah, Lord. That's classic though. You know, you can't.
Yeah,
But anyway, no, I agree with you, Pace. Dude, man, it's about to be a jump off. And the thing is, like, I'm not like, oh yeah, Scorpio's gonna be the best. Scorpio's cool and it's exciting because it's new hardware. It's always exciting with new hardware. When the Switch was coming out, I was like, yo, man, I'm kind of happy because, you know, I'm a video game head and I like when the new stuff comes out. It's just like sneakerheads, like, yo, them Jordans is coming out, yo. And they go pay $2,000 for some Yeezys. I don't understand it, but I guess it's the same for us in video games. But, yeah, but, you know, you can't wear a PlayStation. That's the thing. You could wear some Yeezys. I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, I mean, it seems that there isn't anything that, like, there isn't any games that Microsoft is going to be talking about besides like the State of Decay and all the other games they kind of announced. I think what's happening right now is that there aren't any leaks really. I mean, we haven't heard any leaks from anyone this year. Granted, we still have 6 days left, and the leaks that happened last year were like the day before the freaking press conference hit. Then the Xbox One S was leaked, and I was like, oh, okay. And I didn't even realize it. I didn't realize it was leaked before I actually saw the press conference. I saw the press conference. I was like, oh, it's not that dope, okay. But it had leaked the day before. I had no idea. Huh?
I was saying I want to stay away from the leaks this year because they spoil everything.
Yep, exactly.
I just kind of want to be surprised.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to know too much. Just tell me what times the things are going to start. I'll watch it.
Well,
I'll learn all I need to learn. Watch it.
I would suggest that you watch the Microsoft conference if you're gonna watch that on Mixer. Not because Microsoft owns it, but I think it's gonna have the best stream. Because right now they have the best performance as far as streaming goes. Because I go on the website. I'm looking at the stuff. I look at it on my Xbox, which the Xbox app for Mixer isn't the best. PC is definitely better because you have more options and stuff. But yeah, I understand why it's not as in depth. But you go and they got the co-stream where say you got 3 other buddies, you want to stream, you playing a multiplayer or co-op or whatever, you can stream it, right? You guys all stream independently, but all converge onto one page, and people can watch that stream, the four co-op stream. And they're doing things and the interactive streams where you have little buttons and stuff people press and spend their sparks. That's a little lightning thing. It's called Sparks. I'm like, oh, okay. So they're gamifying it a little bit. There's a lot of different systems that's happening in Mixer. And, I mean, I think Twitch has something similar. It's kind of similar to Twitch plays Pokemon or Twitch plays whatever else. But across many different games and such. I gotta download the plugins to implement that stuff. I'm gonna do that. I gotta read up more on it and get my own custom stuff. But yeah, that's something I'm looking into. But yeah, I mean, I think Mixer might have the best stream as far as the Xbox stuff. I guess for the rest, I'll probably just check it out on Twitch for the other stuff. Unless Microsoft is gonna stream all of it, I'm not sure. Maybe they might stream the other stuff too. I'm not. I doubt it, but maybe. I mean, somebody on. Actually, you know what? I don't know if like Bethesda and all those other companies might actually stream on Mixer too. So.
Yeah, remember this is passive progressive soft. So they, they wanna pretend that they're friends with everybody. So they might just do it and be like, oh, because we support gaming, we're gonna put the Sony press conference and everybody else.
No, they wouldn't. No. But you know what? I think they have their own like schedule of live content, so I don't think they're gonna stream the other press conferences. But I wouldn't be surprised if you see like Bethesda or those other companies jumping into Mixer for streams, or at least I know somebody will stream a stream of it on there, which is kind of dumb. You might as well just go to the source at that point.
I like when they have the Bethesda people in there because, like, one minute you see them like on the Microsoft conference and they're like, yeah, we wanted to have Skyrim on the Xbox because nothing comes close to what we wanted to do, and blah blah blah. blah. They'll like, they'll pimp that. And next thing you know, you see them in the Sony conference and they're like, this is
yeah.
almost saying like the same lines. They're just like, freaking.
It's like, yeah, we wanted to be on Sony because nothing else beats. They like just replace the name and say the same thing. Yeah. Well, that's politics, man. You can't get away from
It's
that.
the same exact interview, and then there's just a voice that comes over like Sony, Xbox.
That'd be funny. It's like, yeah, we really like Sony. Yeah, exactly. It's like it doesn't even match. They just cut and paste it in there. Like, yeah, that's funny. That's a good skit. I had some skits in mind that I wanted to actually make. I might still have time to do it. Nah, actually, I don't think I do. I would need to have some. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the E3 stuff. As far as predictions go, I think they're gonna have a gameplay reveal of, a closer to gameplay reveal of for Microsoft. Crackdown 3. They'll probably have some more if they don't have Sea of Thieves there, then it might be coming out later this year, and they won't. See, I don't know. Because they've been pimping out a lot, so.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that game. That's the game that was the game that you always have like a game on the on the other system that makes you jealous.
Yeah.
And that one had me getting jealous. I'm like, that would be actually a game that I would actually want to play.
Yeah.
And, it was that, and when I thought when they were doing the Phantom Dust remake.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Sea of Thieves. Like from what I've seen so far, like I've seen the ship. I've seen some, like I think I was watching a moment where Phil Spencer was playing, and so their ship was parked, right? Because they were on the island trying to get the treasure, and they had to run back to their ship to try to protect them. So they were like parked up against some rocks, and another ship came, right, and was like kind of ramming them to the side, and then a dude like was like running off of the pole, whatever the pole is on the front of the ship, to jump onto their ship, to fight him, and they jumped right over the ship into the ocean. I was like, okay, you know what? This game is all right, because it's one of those you gotta play with people, with friends preferably, and it's just a sandbox. It's one of those kind of you don't know what's gonna happen type of games. And I saw a lot of that. I mean, I saw a little bit of that. I saw like glimpses of the magic, and I'm like, there needs to be kind of like more systems in there where crazy stuff could happen, whether it's physics based or not. Like I don't know.
They have a game. They have a game on Steam. I think it's called King Arthur's Gold.
Oh.
And that game is not exactly the same. This is like almost like a 2D platformer, but it's like you and a bunch of people versus another bunch of people. And you're like trying to like invade each other, and you got like arrows, and you're swinging on stuff and missing and falling into fires.
Yeah,
it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. I mean, I think that the co-op thing is super important, and I mean, see, the thing is, Rare is good, regardless of how you feel about Connect Sports Rivals. Those are very well made games. The gimmick of Connect ruined it, but those are really well made games. You look at them like, wow, the graphics is really good. The water tech, which is the same tech they use in Connect Sports Rivals, is the same tech they used in Sea of Thieves. So I'm looking at them like, that's like the best looking water in Connect Rivals. I'm like, that's some good water. Then they use the same water in Forza Horizon 3. I'm like, man, the water's so good, it's crossing genres. It's ridiculous. But Rare is good. And like my hope is that, sure, they're making Sea of Thieves, but Rare I think is a big enough studio where they could possibly make something else at the same time, or start working on something else at least. I would hope that they would take on a Fable game, because they're British, so they'll have their British sensibilities, sense of humor, and they make good games. They don't make bad games. They just haven't made games that are super well received, or I think the negative connotation that is associated with Microsoft is tarnished their, not their reputation, but they haven't gotten the credit. Like if you match Rare and their games and the quality of their games up to other studios, like there aren't that many bugs in Rare games. They work, they're great, it's super solid games. I'm like, so Sea of Thieves I know will work and it'll be good. It's just like, will people accept it? Will they accept it? Charity concert. But yeah, so Microsoft, Sea of Thieves will be good. Crackdown, I'm still wondering, because Crackdown 1 was cool. It wasn't the best game ever. It was cool. People bought it because the Halo 4 beta or whatever was on it. That's why I bought it.
I'm always shocked by the people that they just love that Crackdown. Like I got the first one and had fun with it, but I'm like, there's so many other games that do this better. GTA, right? The other games. Yeah. And even the those cop games. What was it? I can't remember the name of it. It became the Sleeping Dogs game.
Oh yeah,
those games were even better in my opinion.
True crime. But there's a game coming out by who makes it? Is it Volition? The guys who made Saints Row, I think it's Volition. They're making a game called Agents of Mayhem, which is literally Crackdown, but better because it's got like a Sunset Overdrive attitude, except not as punk rocky. And it's got bad words in it. It's a mature game for sure, but it feels like if they took Sunset Overdrive and their sensibilities, bad words and all, jokes and all, and made a Crackdown game. And I was like, yo, this is crazy. And I watched some gameplay. I was like, yo, that looks kind of like what Crackdown should be. I hope that they're working on the personality of Crackdown, because that's what it kind of lacked. The first one. I didn't play the second one, so I won't even speak on it. But yeah, that's what Crackdown lacked, was like a story, a for real story, and a personality, and enemies that you kind of cared about killing. They're just generic. There's one, kill him. He's a drug dude. And you're like, okay. Then you kill him. You go through a bunch of drones. You kill those guys. And then, there's the bad guy with a special insignia over his head. He's dead. Yay! Now go back to the headquarters to claim the mission. And I'm like, okay, thanks. So, if they throw in some stories, some personalities, some characters, something, plus what Crackdown was, plus give me polish it up so good that the animation is crazy. Cause the thing is, Horizon Zero Dawn, right? You look at Horizon Zero Dawn, it's excellent, not because, it's innovative game mechanics or it's innovative storytelling. No, they're good, but the animation, the visceral animation of the sparks and the kill the dinosaurs, you're like, oh man, that feels good, because you're looking at it and it enhances the experience. So if you have awesome animation coupled with good gameplay, the game is perceived to be more awesome than it actually is. And so that's what a lot of these games need. That's what Recore needed, was that extra polish on the top of it. Plus, like I said, the gameplay stuff at the end, but the extra polish would have made it. I'm not saying that it was horrible, but I'm just saying that should have been a little bit extra. That's what made Horizon Zero Dawn that extra goodness. The story was good. I think the facial animation was the shortcoming of the game, but they did their thing as far as the core fighting loop, killing the dinosaurs loop. So Crackdown, and I think they need to have the cars level up with your level. Yes, please, because that was the main best thing about it. You're like, oh man, I gained the level. Then you get in your car transforms. I'm like, oh, I got the monster truck car now, boys, because I got upgrade. Man, shoot, that's what you gotta do. Stop playing, So we'll see. Hopefully they do all those things plus the destructive environments, only multiplayer, blah blah blah. So we'll see. But I don't know. State of Decay, I'm not really into zombie stuff. Maybe I'll support it if I don't know. I'll look at some gameplay stuff on that. I'm not too keen on it. But like I said, once again, it's a game, right? So if the animation is good and the art and the world is like, say if it looked like The Last of Us 2, just aesthetically, not like how it plays, just like it looks like The Last of Us 2. Oh man, it feels so good. Look, it's so pretty. That's enough for a lot of people because the graphics horse. If the gameplay is solid, boom, that'll draw you in. It does draw you in, So that's how I'm like looking at these things. But Forza Horizon 7 is gonna be the slam jam damma jam. I'm looking at it like, whoa, Forza Horizon 7 ain't no joke, son. Of course they haven't showed it yet, but it's it's gonna be a beast. They showed Forza Horizon 6 demo, whatever it was. It was Forza Horizon 6 with not upscale, 4K assets. I think it was the same geometry as for 6. So I would imagine they upscale the geometry as well because that's easy to do. So you upscale the geometry and then you just load in the 4K textures. Bam, 4K, right? Maybe add some lighting. That's why it only took 2 days because they didn't have to build anything. All they had to do was, upgrade. They said, hey, let's swap out the 1080p textures with the 4K textures. Done. Okay. That's like, oh, click. Let's switch some files. And then they have to go in the engine, I guess, and say, okay, instead of 1080p geometry resolution, and we're gonna do a 4K 2160 geometry resolution. Boom. And just leave everything else. Yeah. You want to work on the lighting, you can work on the lighting if you want, but maybe they threw some Australia skies in it from Forza Horizon 3 or something. You never know. But man, thanks to Kaiju for calling in. He got disconnected, but yeah, thanks for calling. Appreciate it. Appreciate everybody who's following me or not following me. Appreciate everybody. Appreciate Bridget. She's in the room taking a nappy now because she'd be like, all right, you Esgee. I'm like, I know. I'm gonna go to sleep. I was like, oh, fine. But I'm gonna play me some preview games to play that car comic game. I totally forgot what it was called, but I'm gonna play that. I need a new headset though. I tried to fix my headset. I like the headset, but the fact that it's not durable for when I fall asleep in it. Okay, so I know you're not supposed to fall asleep in your headsets, I guess. But I fell asleep in them one night, I guess, and kind of broke them. What up, caller?
Yeah, I was doing double duty. I had to call into another podcast to give a review.
How dare you? How dare you? What's the other podcast?
We have to talk about Star Trek. Star Trek is a big deal, man.
Oh, okay. What podcast are you talking about, by the way?
I don't want to share it.
They're
a competition, man. I can't talk about the competition.
What is it, Bobby Black Wolf? He's still.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's right.
I don't know.
Talk to him because he's in there.
Oh, okay. I mean, I don't hate him. I mean, he hates me, but I don't care. Look, life is too short to.
Yeah, I don't want to cause no.
Nah,
friction, man.
Ain't no beef, man. Come on, son.
It's like Blood and Chris, man. I'm neutral.
But yeah, I was.
Yes, that's what you're saying.
I was talking about the Xbox stuff as far as like Crackdown, State of Decay. What would make those games? Like, I mean, I'm trying to analyze why games are kind of revered or popular or blah blah blah, right? and I was kind of mentioning Horizon Zero Dawn. Now, on the I guess on the
and that State of Decay. Let me just let you know that State of Decay
yeah.
is huge. There's a friend of mine that I know from Twitter,
Oh, okay.
and she plays it, and we were talking about it, and then she has like a whole group of friends that play it. And, like they are some of the most hardcore fans for a video game I've ever seen. Like they have like such a tight community, and they're really looking forward to part two. So I know if Microsoft talks about part two to that game at the press conference, they're gonna go crazy.
Yeah. Oh, they will. They will. Yeah, and it's co-op too. I don't know how many. But I know it's at least 4, but it might be more. But I mean, it's just the not so much the actual mechanics of the game, because a lot of these games that come out, regardless of the system, the mechanics are sound and solid. You know, they're good games. But what pushes them over the edge are the graphics horror stuff, which is like the graphics, lighting, blah blah blah, other sound effects, and stuff like that. Because like I was using Horizon Zero Dawn as an example. It's a good game, solid. You know, there's nothing wrong with it. But what pushed it over the edge was like the visceral nature of the animations when she's attacking the dinosaurs and all the special effects and that's surrounding it. Like the story is probably it is pretty good as far as how I understand it. But and there are some shortcomings with facial animation, but the main thing is that, you know, people look at it and they have fun because you can watch her stabbing a dinosaur in the brain 1,000,000 times, 1,000 times, and you won't get tired of it because it looks good. You know what I mean? And that's where I'm looking at Recore and I'm like, that doesn't really look that great. So that doesn't make me appreciate. I don't like watching that because I'm like, ugh. So I'm looking at games that are coming out, whether State of Decay, or Crackdown 3, if they have those elements where the animation and the graphics and all those things are freaking on point and delicious to look at. You know, the basic standard systems that are in those games won't. I mean, it'll be better overall, and that's one of the trends that I see with PlayStation games. In particular, you got The Last of Us, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a game where you play as, you know, either Joel or Ellie, depending on where you're at in the game. And it's you walk around survival and shooting fools, sneaky little stealthy stuff. It's not super complicated, but what they did was they took beautiful graphics and deep characters and great writing and slammed it all together. The mechanics of the game aren't super like, oh my god, it's so much fun to play. It's just that they added all the elements, the right parts, the right amount of each element to make the game more than just a standard B tier game, and it made it more of a AAA game, like Overwatch, right? What makes Overwatch super dope is like the animations, the look of the game, the characterizations, and all those other things that they did to it as well. And the game is fun to play, fast paced. So it's if you break it down, right, and you take away some of the stuff that Overwatch is that makes it super dope, and on the top you get Paladins. Paladins is a good playing game, but you need that extra oomph to push it to the top. And that's where I see a lot of games fall flat, where it's like, if it's like network stuff or online stuff or crashes and stuff like that, like with Prey, you know, that's an issue, and that tarnishes the game. But, you know, like if you look at it system wise, as far as the systems of the game mechanics, it's a lot of games are good to great, but like I said, the things that push it to the greatness are those finishing touches, graphics horror stuff basically. And I used to be a graphics whore, so I know what I'm talking about.
I don't think I ever. Yeah, I don't think I ever was like. I remember you know, I remember my the same neighbor, the one who had the Sega roller controller. When I went over to his house the day after Christmas, he had got the Sega Master System, and I think that was like the first time that like graphics like meant something to me, because like I was coming off of the Coleco. I still have my ColecoVision. I'm trying to remember if I had a Atari 2600. I'm not sure, but I saw that Sega Master System. I thought I was seeing like some future tech or something. Well, it actually was kind of future tech, but I was looking at like games like Alex Kidd. He had Then he also had the 3D glasses. So I was playing that
I got those.
That game with the 3D. Yeah, almost everything. Yeah, I'm sitting there like,
yep.
This is the greatest system ever made. I'm like, I gotta get this next Christmas.
I
got mine like next Christmas.
Yeah, no joke.
I was like flipping out. That was like the first time I ever got like a graphics. Oh, and then it happened again. It seemed to always happen with Sega because I remember coming off of the Nintendo, a friend of mine that lived under me, he had the Sega Genesis and he had Lakers versus Celtics.
Ah.
And that just blew like, I was like, wait, they look like the real basketball players. Man. What's going on? What were you gonna say? Yeah,
But yeah, no, I had the Sega 3D glasses for the Sega Master System were way ahead of its time. I still had mine.
Yeah, I mean the stuff was like I've seen 3D movies that still haven't done with those. I can't remember what the heck game I was playing. The game where they were like stuff was. It felt like it was flying off the screen.
Yeah.
No lie.
Yeah. They had
I did Space Harrier too. That was great.
Yeah.
No, actually, that was the game. I think it was Space Harrier.
Yeah, Space Harrier 3D, Missile Command 3D.
Yeah,
they had an Outrun 3D, but I never saw that one. I never got that. I think that might have been a Japan or Europe thing only. But I had Blade something 3D. I can't remember. It was a spaceship game, which it really wasn't that good because 3D was a little off, so it didn't work. But yeah, man, because it had shutter. The technology was like it was just a regular 1/8 port. I think it was a stereo port, and it had shutter. It had the shutter, and it was timed directly with the TV. And I'm like, this is crazy. How does this work? And it actually still works on LCD, I think. I think I tried it on an LCD, and I think it still works. So it's one of those technologies that can still live on despite the display technology. But anyway.
Yeah, because I remember, I remember when he was hooking the game up. I remember I got the glasses. I was like just ready to put them on because I'm like, oh, it's like just 3D glasses. He went to plug them out. I'm like, what? I was like, wait a minute, you gotta plug these glasses in? What's going on?
And then it starts flickering. You're like, what's going on?
It was cool.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it was cool, and that was a gimmick, and I fell for it because I was a graphics whore at that time.
Well, in my opinion, it was only a gimmick because they didn't really want to do anything else with it, but they could have done more with it other than just the games that they did it with.
They didn't release a lot of games either, so.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was like a small library of games. I had one game for the Sega Master System. I can't remember the name of it, but you were like some kind of like samurai guy. And you were like jumping on the roof, and you were like fighting these monsters. You know what I'm talking about? That game kind of blew me away.
The only ninja game was Shinobi.
No, not ninja. You were like the samurai guy.
A samurai on the Master System?
Yep.
Yeah,
I remember Shinobi because that one I wanted. I was like, Shinobi was like one of my favorite games, and especially in the arcade.
Yeah, the arcade was dope. The arcade was definitely better. Well, the arcade was better in all respects on the Sega side. Well, they had Shinobi. They had Kung Fu Kid, I think. I don't remember. I know I don't have it. I have about.
Kung Fu Kid always reminded me of Black Belt, but it was like a better version of Black Belt.
Yeah. I have about 15 Sega Master System games over there. But yeah, I don't remember that one. I gotta look that one up. That's interesting. But
Sega did a lot of good things right. Cause, I mean, even Nintendo was still just putting your games in a cardboard box.
Yeah.
I always like Sega because they had cases.
Dude, they still survive to this day. I still got them. Those and the Genesis cartridges were still the boxes. They made basically the same. They just changed the insert and the cartridge size thing in the middle. But yeah, man, Sega. I mean, the thing about Sega, why I'm a gamer, why I love Xbox is because of Sega. So you can blame Sega for that. And only because I was a Dreamcast kid. But before that, Space Harriers, the arcade version, and arcade games, all of Sega's arcade games, I was loving them until they went polygonal, and I was like, never mind. But yeah, man, Sega I'll always be a Sega fanboy when it comes to that stuff. But
yeah, Sega.
But yeah, man. I mean, if you look at like the technology back and that's why I'm kind of critical about what Sony's doing now because I'm looking at what they're doing with all these peripherals and stuff. And I'm like, yo, Sega did that like 20, 30 years ago. Y'all don't remember when Sega had the CD, and then they had the Sega Master Converter, and then they had the 32X, and then they said, oh, let's put out the Nomad, and they had so many different. The Genesis freaking generation was ridiculous with freaking. They had so many peripherals. It was so bad.
Yeah, I just put an emulator on my Wii, and I didn't even realize, like, I think it was like 6 or 8 different Sega like Sega I guess you call them consoles or whatever.
Yeah.
That you could pick from. I was like, whoa, what I didn't realize that the Sega had a different name. I guess in Japan or whatever they had a different name for it. So there was one that I guess it was supposed to be the Sega Genesis, but they had another name, and I'm like,
that's the
where's Genesis? That's the one I needed. All right.
That's the Mega Drive. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's what they were calling it. I'm like, what the hell's a Mega Drive?
Yeah.
Like, all right.
I mean, they have the Master System. They have the S1000, I think it's called. The console that was before the actual Master System. I forgot. It's really bad, but I mean, I think that it goes all the way back to there, and then they have Game Gear and all that stuff. Which is, I mean, the Game Gear is just basically a Master System.
Yeah, it's emulator. I don't know if you have a Wii, but I would say soft mod your Wii and put this emulator on there, because they have pretty much everything. They have the Game Gear. They have all the different Segas, even the Sega CD.
Yeah.
Because I was playing a Night Trap.
Dude, they're coming out with the new Night Trap HD, man.
But my question is that like an online thing to order, or are they gonna have it in the stores?
Night Trap?
Does it look like online? I think it's gonna be online.
Yeah, that's gonna be download. That's not gonna be in the store.
Oh, download. I thought they were making a physical copy of it.
Oh, actually, you know what? It wasn't. That was a Kickstarter, wasn't it? I think so.
Yeah. Yeah, they're making a physical copy, but I think you have to get it from their online store.
Oh,
like
yeah.
In Best Buy or something.
I'm not. No, I doubt they'll have it in stores. Yeah. But
I was just wondering how they do that, because they're making it for PlayStation 4, and I'm like, and and the other systems too. But I'm like, how are they even allowed to do something like that? Like, ain't there like some laws being broken?
No. No.
That's weird.
Not really, because it's they just don't have to pay the distribution. They could just distribute it themselves, basically, just mail them out. So, I mean, the reason why people go to Best Buy, sell to Best Buy to distribute is because they can move more product, because it's Best Buy, and they get more people in there and stuff. But if you have a Kickstarter and you have your pre-sales, basically, you don't need to do that. But, I mean...
No, I'm just talking about, like, just making a game that runs on a system that you didn't go through all the checks and balances that other developers have.
Oh no, they have to do that still. They can't.
Oh, I didn't know. It seemed like they weren't doing that.
No.
They seem like they're like a small company that just does whatever.
No.
Like they just put out games.
No. They regardless, if you want to make something for the PlayStation or the Xbox or the Switch, you have to get licensed, whatever the fee is to put that game on that system. You have to pay, which is tens of thousands of dollars usually per system. That's why a lot of these smaller games, or just even like Cliff Blazinski, he's got a little startup company, his newer company. I don't want to say little, but Lawbreakers. He's gonna do Xbox versions later. Probably because it's money, and it's like, install base is bigger on PlayStation, so we'll hit that first. And he's probably thinking we can wait and delay the Xbox version to benefit the Scorpio release. So when it releases Scorpio, he can have like one of the first games that would quote unquote implement the usage of the Scorpio, or support the Scorpio, and probably get a bump in sales with that. Basically, so, but yeah, that's everybody got to pay that tax, unless you do I think Xbox is doing a community games thing again, like they had on the 360, where it's just kind of like garbage games. So we'll see. Pace says Esgee Lawbreakers first on PS4 and PC. Second Xbox done. Suck it hard. It's PC and PS4. PC is always before PS4, so don't get it twisted. if you want to list the consoles or things you play games on as far as power goes, and the most powerful is first, you should always say PC before PS4. PS4 is hot piece of garbage. Just look at. No, I'm saying what game was it? Was it Prey? Well, that's on the developer, but still, Prey sucked. It was one of the games that released recently where it was so bad on the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 4 Pro, and the Xbox version was better, performed better, it played better, but the resolution was lower because I think it was 900 or 720 whatever, but it wasn't it didn't have the frame pacing issues that PS4 and the PS4 Pro is having. There's too many issues with the PS4 Pro that shouldn't be happening because it's supposed to be more powerful than the PS4. So why? And everybody's gonna say, well, it's the developer. They don't know what they're doing, or they're lazy, blah blah blah. And I'm like, yeah, that's true, but still, why is it so hard for your game not to be hot garbage on this most powerful system right now? So,
what game are you talking about?
I think it was Prey.
You still talking about that? I thought you meant there was something else that wasn't working on the Pro or something.
I think I swear I think it was Prey, but I think it might have been another game, but I don't remember.
I think Prey came out way before the Pro.
No. The most recent Prey that just came out.
I'm getting Prey mixed up with that. Remember there was some game that it's like I think it was made by the same people that made Friday the 13th, and it's like it's supposed to be like hunters or something. It's like a 4-player co-op game.
Oh, you talking about I know what you're talking about. Oh man, what the heck is that? Evolve. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, Evolve. Yeah,
that's a whole nother issue. Pace says, I love how Esgee tries to spin such negative stuff about Xbox done because he's a diehard Xbox. Don't get it twisted. It is it not a PS4 and PC? That's what I thought. Yeah, no, it is. But I'm just saying, if you want to go in order of power, PC is before PS4, because PC usually doesn't have frame pacing issues. Like, and what were they were looking at the what was it? The Tekken 7 on the PS4 versus the Pro versus PC versus Xbox. Okay, Xbox had the worst. It was so bad. Because it was like super downgrade. It wasn't super downgraded, but it was like it didn't have as many special effects and some of the background stuff, the anisotropic or whatever, the filtering and stuff. I was like, oh man, that looks like it doesn't look as good. But then I saw the PC versus the PS4 Pro. I was like, whoa, there's really a big difference. The PC looked glorious. I was like, wow, it's all sharp and juicy looking, all 4K looking. And I looked at the PS4 Pro and I was like, that looks kind of smooth and blurry over there. I mean, sure, it's better than the Xbox one, but no, that's not. So it's like the thing about this whole thing that's happening right now is the PCs are always steadily improving and going further and further, getting more powerful, while the consoles are kind of stuck, right? So PS4 Pro came out last October. That's where it's stuck. Like if you look at a timeline that's scrolling, PS4 Pro came out October 2016, and now it's slowly scrolling to the left, out of view. Now Scorpio's gonna drop, boom. That's gonna start slowly scrolling. Maybe not as fast as the PS4 Pro, because it's way more powerful, but still, they're gonna fade back. While the PC, if the PCs catch up or stay on point or in pace with what they're doing. I don't know if they will, because what Intel's doing is kind of like a half step.
Well, the PC, if the PCs catch up or stay on point or
that's
pace with what they're doing.
That's me.
I don't know if they will, because what Intel's doing is kind of like a half
I'm hearing myself. Oh, that was me.
What
the heck? Why the heck did that sound come out like that? Well, that was clear though. I like the sound. How it was clear. I was having issues with the sound last week. I was like, why am I sound like anyway? But anyway, it doesn't matter. I mean, look, going forward, the PS4 Pro will be adequate. It's going to be the lowest common denominator when we're talking about PC, Xbox One, Scorpio, PS4 Pro. It's going to be the last man to be picked for sides, basically. You know what I mean? And it's up to the developers to be like, yo, you know, if are they gonna stick with the Sony side because of the install units, or are they gonna graduate to the new hotness where your games are gonna look awesome and people are gonna buy them because they look good and they look the best, and that's the thing. And some of the developers are like, yo, it's gonna be crazy on the Scorpio, man. And with that, there are players out there who are graphics whores, like I used to be, and it's like they don't care where it is. It needs to be the best. If they're console gamers and they're like, yo, because there's a distinction. You'd be like, oh, if you're such a graphics whore, just get a PC. And I'm like, no, because some people ain't got time to be messing with PCs.
Right.
I have to, because certain things that music, video editing, blah blah blah. I have to deal with PCs. I can't do that on my
PC. Yeah, PC is way too open end. You got a lot of problems. You got to do your own research. It's like with a console, if a game has a problem, you get a universal patch. Everybody getting the same patch is going to be fixed, whatever.
Yeah.
But when you deal with the PC, it's like they got to send in the specs and this and this. Oh, your PC has a blah 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 blah. You got to like.
Yeah, it's convenience on the console side. So so if you can get the convenience of a console with the performance and quality of a pretty good high performing PC, which is what the Scorpio is shooting for, with 4K 60 frames and all that good stuff. A lot of people want that. A lot of people want to experience what a PC master racist would be talking about, even though they've graduated to 90 frames or 140 frames or whatever. And the whole G-Sync, that whole thing, what is it called, FreeSync on AMD side, which is something that the PS4 Pro doesn't have. It's so many things that are better on the Xbox Scorpio side than the PS4 Pro side. Is everything, literally everything is better. I'm not even joking, I'm not exaggerating. If you look at every point, you say, oh, what about this? Better on Scorpio. It's literally everything's better. And I don't know if people realize that. I mean, I like the Xbox stuff because it's the Sega lineage, whatever. But looking at it as far as just hardware to hardware, I'm like, okay, Sony has this, that's cool. Microsoft has this, that's better. You know, whether it's marginally better or just outright better, the differences as far as the numbers go, we'll see how that stacks out in performance. But again, if a developer doesn't optimize for your system, then the performance will suffer. It was Friday the 13th. It came out on everything, right? The version of the game that came out, I believe, for the Xbox was a version before the actual versions that came out for PC and PS4. I think it was Friday the 13th. But they literally gave an inferior version to the Xbox side. They gave the version before the actual version that they gave, the better version, the later version for the other systems. I'm like, well, why? But okay, so maybe it wasn't ready. But that sucks. That's a developer giving, a company a worse version. Not because the hardware is worse, the actual version of the game is worse because of development or whatever. And that's the only way that the Scorpio could be worse than PS4, is if the developers literally freaking on purpose, sabotage, if you will, for lack of a better word, sabotage the performance, because it's just impossible, because it's just better. The way that they implement the power, I guess, if you want to like how the Xbox One S, you don't need a patch to make your game perform better on the Xbox One S versus the Xbox One OG. It just does. That's how the system works. You put it in, boom, it's faster. It does the. So, and the same thing applies to the Scorpio, and how they're adjusting each power, the power consumption to each chip that is on the board, because each chip, each CPU or APU or GPU, whatever, that comes off of a line is different, so they're not all gonna perform the same. So to optimize it, I forgot what it was called. I talked about this before. But the engineers over on the Microsoft side just say, okay, well, we'll do this. And they adjust each board to each chip so that it gives it enough power to perform optimally, basically. So some need less, some need more, blah, blah, blah. But it's not just, set in stone. Anyway, doesn't matter. Pace says, get off Scorpius, being making projectile. Haha, I got jokes. But it'll be interesting. It's video games, man. It's video games. E3 is here. Like, I agree with you, Kaijudo. I don't want to really deal with the IGNs and the GameSpots. Not the GameSpots, I'm sorry. The Polygons and whatever. They're just... that's why I'm going to stick with Giant Bomb, because I trust them more as voices in the gaming community. Like, when they say something, of course it's based off of their preferences, but they don't have any ties or any like inclinations to be Sony fanboys or Xbox fanboys or anything like that. They be like, this is bullshit, no, da 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 da. They'll tell you like it is. And the fact that, how Jeff Gershman came to being public figures, he got fired for talking his mind because he was like, yo, this game is hot garbage. And GameSpot was like, yo, we're advertising that. And they fired him because he gave the game a bad review and it was all plastered on the... So, he comes from a place where he doesn't he doesn't care at all. And I appreciate that. And then everybody else there is just having fun and they're the same way, basically. So, like, if you want to catch, like, commentary and definitely, like, the more interesting interviews, because they talk about everything. They might talk about the game a little bit here and there, but they have fun. They have fun. It feels like oh yeah, I know a dude like that, or they feel like they could be friends, or they could be dudes that you can hang out with and just talk shop or whatever. So I would recommend. That's what I'm gonna watch. I'll be watching Giant Bomb. Everybody else can kick rocks. I'll watch the Sony presser. If I'm off, I'll watch Nintendo's, but I doubt it. I don't think I need to watch that. Honestly. No offense. I know you. I know you like.
I can't wait for the Ubisoft. I know people.
Oh, yeah.
I still understand why people get on their case and why they don't like Aisha Tyler and all that type of BS.
Yeah.
But I always enjoy their stuff. Like, to me, they always seem like they always know what it's about. Like they come out there, they have fun with it. They have a lot of just like. To me, I think, not counting all the crazy DRM stuff that they do and all that kind of stuff. I mean, like, as far as like their games, like I said, I was just playing the Star Trek thing. Well, actually, they published that. They didn't actually make it, but like,
right.
They to me, they seem to just make the games that I want to play. Like, usually, you know me, like the game that I always wanted was the like a spy game, like a really good spy game. And their games come the closest that I can get to like being some type of sneaky spy, espionage kind of thing. And I just like them for those reasons, for making Watch Dogs and Watch Dogs 2.
Oh yeah. Sorry to cut you off, but I think I heard some leakings or rumors about Splinter Cell maybe coming back, maybe on the Xbox stage, because that's where it started. So that might be something to look forward to.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I like the Splinter Cell games.
Yeah, they were tight. I like Michael Ironside. I hope they get him back. He can get his drunk ass back in there.
Yeah, I might play some Splinter Cell tonight.
Nah.
I never finished any of those games. I think the closest I ever came to finishing was I stopped after Double Agent. Like, when they started going that other route,
yeah.
I was like, I think Double Agent was probably the last one to do the formula like they've always been doing it. And they just went way in another direction.
What's up, Jakan? Jakan's in All Game Chat. Thank you for showing up. How you doing? Yeah, Double Agent I think was the last one I played too. Where he went bald headed and stuff. That was it, right? Yeah. That was alright.
I just like the spy versus spy game where it was.
Yeah. I never really played that much because I've never been a super co-op or online multiplayer type of dude. But I definitely like the first Splinter Cell and the second Splinter Cell, Pandora Tomorrow. They were good, man.
Yeah,
they were good. I was like, yo, this is like you hiding in the shadows and dudes like you put the goggles on, and then Mike Ironside was like, like it was great. It was great.
The Siphon Filter. That's the main one I have to beat because I played every Siphon Filter and I still have the what do you call it, the Omega Strain.
Yeah.
That one I still haven't beat that. That was like the one where they finally like they went online with co-op and people were like complaining about the game. It's like for like PlayStation 2. That one I want to complete because I completed the third one, the second one, the first one, and I enjoyed that series. And basically what their Mega Strain is, because like the entire time, especially in part 3, it's like you're at a court case and you're talking about this virus that you were trying to stop and what happened to it and all this stuff. And it turns out in the Omega Strain that the virus gets loose. So the Omega Strain is like all hell is broken loose because this virus has escaped or whatever. So I feel like I have to. I owe it to the game.
Yeah. What if they come out with a new Siphon filter for PlayStation 4 Pro?
Oh yeah, I would get it.
They're not making no damn Siphon filter. Nobody cares about that.
Yeah, they're long for that.
Nobody cares about that. They'll make another SOCOM before they make Siphon filter. Siphon.
Yeah.
or I was gonna say what was the other game that Insomniac made back Resistance Fall of Man. Resistance 4 maybe. But they're too busy with Spider-Man. But anyway,
I've been playing Planet Side 2 to get my to satisfy my mag.
Why don't you just play
mag.
Why don't you just play what's that game that free to play joint?
My gamer tag still has my mag emblem on it. That was my favorite game. That was the game that got me to buy a PlayStation 3.
Yeah, I know. They suckered you into that because they're like, yo, massive action game. This is going to be the biggest, best online multiplayer. And then they're like, yeah, psych. And then they
No, it was. I mean, it was fun. It was just, had some issues.
Yeah.
But no, it was close to what they said it was. There's no doubt about that.
Look, the new games that are like replacing like MAG and whatever else is the PlayerUnknown's Battleground. Those Battle Royale. I think that's what they're kind of calling them now, the Battle Royale games. So I'm gonna try that one out.
I didn't know they made any aftermath. Because I mean, like I said, I've been playing Planet Side 2, and the most they'll allow on that server is 99.
Right. Well, that's the same. PlayerUnknown Battleground is 100 people. So there's 100 people on the island. You know what that game is, right?
That was 250.
Yeah, but they wasn't all together in one instance.
Yeah, I know they weren't together, but it was.
That's what I'm talking. I'm talking about all together, not like instanced or segmented and. But I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like the evolution is PlayerUnknown's Battleground. You're not playing PlayerUnknown's Battleground or.
I'm looking it out right now.
King of the Kill or whatever. No, it's. I mean, it's still in early access, but I think it's $30. Dude has made millions. He sold millions of units already, and it's not even final.
I've heard of this game.
Yeah, man, it's an offshoot of H1Z1, I think. I can't because there's a.
Oh, I saw this.
Yeah.
Because I thought this guy had a VR helmet on his head. I remember seeing this in Steam.
Yeah.
Like,
but yeah,
it's the VR. I just overlooked it because I thought it was like a Oculus game or something. Like, I would play it.
No.
And then
it's a regular game.
Yeah, and I remember I got like close looking, like, oh, that's not a VR. What is this? But I still didn't pay any attention to it. Yeah, I've seen this before.
Yeah, because I was playing the same. Well, it's basically the same thing. It's called King of the Kill in H1Z1, I believe. And you spawn, you parachute down, blah blah blah, whatever, and you just gotta get weapons and stuff and get vehicles if you can to survive. And it's a simple thing, but it's cool because it's like tension. You're sitting there, you're like, so you're hiding in some bushes or you're hiding in a house. Somebody comes in, you're like, blah, you blast them or they blast you. You never know. So it's cool. It's definitely something that's simple, but it feeds on more of the human emotion and experience of what they set up as opposed to guiding the player into something. Oh, monster trucks again. Instead of like writing a story like you're gonna run down this corridor and shoot 5 guys and then go up on this train and then shoot some more people. Instead of doing that like Uncharted where it's guided, this is an open island, and just it's like here are the rules as far as game rules, and here are the actual physics rules that hey, you can't fly or you can't do this, you can't do that, but get a gun, and it's up to you and your skills and the other people's skills, and the goal is to survive, to be the last man standing. So it's cool because it's simple, and it's fun because it's simple. It's not like I think it might be cultural too. Jakan asks, which one do you think is best, SG, H1Z1 or Battlegrounds? I haven't played Battlegrounds, but I've watched a lot of Battlegrounds. They're so similar that, man, I think Battlegrounds might be a little better, barely, but they're so super similar. But the H1Z1 King of the Kill is the mode, not the whole game. And Battlegrounds is just that mode. But I don't know, because I've seen H1Z1 before with the zombies and all that. I was like, I don't care about that. But
yeah, I'm not into the zombie games.
Yeah, but I mean, the King of the Kill is just basically Battlegrounds. So I was like, oh, okay. I mean, they're literally the same thing, but I think Battlegrounds might be a little bit better, maybe. But
if it doesn't have zombies in it, it already wins for me.
Oh no, yeah, it's no zombies. It's just it's just 100 players go at it basically, and it's another type of game that ties more into human behavior than guiding a person being more of a passive experience, but this is being more experiential experience where you're affecting everything. You know, your behavior is going to affect the next player, which is going to affect the next player, 100 people. So, you know, if you're like the last 10 and the circle is ever so getting smaller, so you're hiding behind a rock, the dude's behind a tree, and you're like, oh my gosh, you gotta shoot him, and then another dude comes from behind you, and maybe you get out the way and you shoot and you're the last man, you're like, oh my gosh, then you have this big story to tell, and if you streamed it and recorded it, that's even better. So, you know, there's
yeah, it's like my epic SOCOM story. I was playing SOCOM. I joined this clan, which they were a bunch of a-holes, and it was just me left in the game. I want to say there was 4 people left from the other team. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm going to say 4. And so you know, I put my brain together, and I'm like, all right, how the heck am I going to survive this? So I'm like, all right, I got an idea. I ran into this warehouse because in the game, people can open doors, and like, you know, only one person can fit through a doorway at a time. So I went into the warehouse. I stood down at the bottom, and I was just lucky because there was one door behind me, and there was another door in front of me, like up, like there's like a railing thing, up top somewhere. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna have to pick a door. So I'm like, I think they're gonna come through the door up there. So I had my grenade ready, and I was waiting for them to come through that door. It just so happened one of them opened the door. I threw the grenade and killed like 4 dudes at once. And wait. Did I say it? If it was 4 dudes, then I killed 3 at once. And after I killed 3 at once, I ran up there and I like snuck out the door. All I had was my pistol. I didn't even have a machine gun. And I snuck out and I caught the other guy with the pistol. Yeah. And I won for my team, and guess what? Guess the reward that I got for that. In the next round, my idiot team decides to team kill me. There was no congratulations, no good work. That's that's just how cocky gamers are and how they want to be like. They want to be the hero. You know what I mean? Well, the fact that they didn't do it, they were pissed.
So here's the good thing about PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. Say if you die, whatever, your number, I don't know, 29 or whatever, boom, you die, right? You get kicked, you get booted out, you back in a new game, like you know, quick. It's not like you gotta wait and watch for like a half an hour for everybody to die. No, you die, you out of the game, you put in another lobby, another game, boom, you're in like, you know, a couple minutes, you're back into action. That's one of the pluses. As far as H1Z1. And that doesn't happen. Well, I mean, your scenario doesn't happen because you're not gonna be in the game with the same people, unless. Well, see, I don't know how that works. Oh no, unless you can do teams in Battlegrounds, so you can have like is it 2, 4, 6, I think, or 2, 4, 2, 3, 4, maybe 6. I don't remember. But like, say you had a 4 player team, right? So you go in, and it's 4-player teams versus 4-player teams. You know, up to 100. So 4 divided by 100, whatever. 100 divided by 4, 25 teams. Math. So 25 teams of 4 in this game instead of 100 singles. You know what I mean?
Cool.
So it changes the dynamic. You got a team, you got a dude spotting, you got, I ain't going there. What you got? You guys, give me the armor, give me the helmet. You take this. You know, swapping stuff, swapping items. It's cool, man. I was like, yo, this is something.
But the one thing does it have to persistent? Because what I really liked about Mag was like the battle was persistent. Like even if you weren't playing, the battle was going on and like people were taking territories. They have that in PlanetSide too. It's like it's an ongoing war. So it's like you can come back to the game and the whole map can be changed.
No. This is just a multiplayer, one game, one instance. It's not persistent like that. No. But I mean, the things that like when there was one example that I saw a video about somebody talking about it, and they said basically it was teams of 4, and these 4 players, they're all on the same team, but they had acquired each one of them had vehicles, so they were running around the map like the road warriors, basically. Well, not the road warriors, but you know, like they were road warriors, and they were just jacking, like running over fools, because you know, you get a car, you just run over fools, you can't stop them. So they were just like, I think this one dude was like, you know, whatever, just running around the wilderness, and they had parked up along this ridge on the road, and they were just kind of waiting there, and they had spotted him, and they were like, uh-oh. And he was like, uh-oh. And they came and they ran his ass over. And so, and like stuff like that, I was like, yeah, we're the Doom Buggy team. And they go get Doom Buggies, and, you know, if you can find them. And it's like the little, and it's not like, oh, that's how the game works. I mean, that's how it works, but that's what happened in this instance because this team found 4 cars and they decided to be the crazy vehicle squad or whatever and just run over fools. And that's an experience that is possible but not scripted. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's where the magic happens in these type of multiplayer games instead of something like, I don't want to say arbitrary, but something planned like territory takeovers and stuff like that. This one is just survival of the fittest. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's more simple, and I think it gives I think it gives a room for it to grow and expand. But right now, what it is, even though it is early access and it's rough as hell, it still has that core social component that is great foundation for whatever it becomes. You know. Mm-hmm. So yeah, we have to pay attention to games like this. This is like the same thing that happened with Dota or League of Legends when the MOBAs started popping up, right? Like, oh, what's this, League of Legends? Oh, who cares? Blah blah blah. But this is starting to happen again with these type of games, with these Royal Rumble, Battle Royale games. Call them that. Let's call them that. So I think that's the newest movement in kind of social gaming is Battle Royale. You know, it was MOBA or it was whatchamacallit, the WoWs, and then, you know, whatever else, you know, first person shooters, blah blah blah, MOBAs, and now we have Battle Royale in the mix. So yeah, it's exciting, and even for somebody like me who isn't a multiplayer type of player, a game like this even though it's multiplayer, right? I'm in there, 100 people. I didn't see anybody until they shot me, basically, because I was in there. I was playing H1Z1, so it wasn't the same. I think it might have been more, but let's just say it was 100. And I was running around. I was like, oh, here's a building. I got some guns. I got some vests. I'm still running around. I didn't see nobody. It was a good, 15 minutes into the game. I got to, I think it was 26 or something like that. And a couple of guys came around and shotgunned me. So I was like, oh man. But yeah, and I'm playing the game for a good 15 minutes. Ain't seen nothing. Felt like a single player game, but I know that there are other people out there trying to kill me or in the same, you know what I'm saying? So you have that anticipation and that kind of anxiousness inside of you, like, oh man, what's going on? What was that noise? And you know, the sound is really important. So if you have like good surround sound headphones, you can hear the sound behind you. Somebody's behind you, like somebody shot off something. You're like, uh oh, somebody's over there. So you go run another direction. Man, I say it's as simple as it is. It's very effective, and I think you might like something like that, even though there isn't.
It sounds like it.
Yeah, there isn't like territory or progression or even persistence. It feels it's the experience of it is really cool. So definitely check it out. I think it's $30 on Steam or whatever they're selling it. So
yeah, you're probably gonna laugh at this, but the only game, in my opinion, that ever did a really cool version of territories was Mag. Because Mag, you actually felt like you were taking something over because you had to like get in the building.
Yeah.
You hack something, you take something apart, whatever, and that's how you take the territory. I don't like in the Battlefield games where like you run out in the middle of nowhere, it's just a flagpole.
Right.
And you're like, oh, we got that territory.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think the thing with Mag is that it was persistent, so it meant more. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Regardless, I mean, I think Titanfall, they don't have. Well, yeah, actually, they do the same thing where you have to take over points. You have to sit there and hack, and you see the little meter go around, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Which is cool, but it's just that one game. You know, there isn't persistence. It's just a multiplayer, game or whatever. So I think that it gives more impact in that respect for Mag. But yeah, I mean, I think they can do that. I think they were talking about. I mean, like for right now, for Battlegrounds, there's only one map. I think he's gonna release some new maps soon or later. So I don't know. It's something that definitely. I mean, you could look into it or whatever, but that sounds like something up your alley. If I were a super hardcore PC gamer, I would probably do it too. I mean, I have a computer that can run it now. I got a RX 480. I'm good to go, but I can't. I'm horrible at mouse and keyboard. So
I can't play that way either.
Yeah, I'd have to practice because a game like that you can't control that because it's just too slow. They'll gank you every time. So
I was born with a gamepad in my hand. It's like I can't even what was the game? I think it was Virtua Fighter 4. I think no, actually no, it was Virtua Fighter 5.
Oh yeah.
Because I had Xbox 360 and I got that arcade controller to play it.
Yeah.
And I still couldn't get the job done. Like, for some reason, I could play those games only with a control pad.
Well, see, that's the one thing I think for me is that for fighting games, I could probably hang with a arcade stick, even though I haven't used them in a while. I mean, I think the only game I really played was like Street Fighter in arcades with an arcade stick. But I mean, it feels comfortable because you're like, oh no, you're tugging on it, you're beating it up. I mean, you can do the same thing with a controller. Yeah. I mean, anything. I don't know. It's weird because I grew up on arcades, so I was like, oh yeah, I'm used to it. But at the same time, the modern controller, whether it's a DualShock 4 or an Xbox One controller, are inherently different from the old school Nintendo Genesis Sega Master System controller, which are way different from arcade sticks. So I do have a nostalgia for the arcade, those buttons, how they feel, and the stick itself.
Yeah.
So and that's the thing. I'm gonna build. I have like three. I guess I have 3 or 4 monitors. So I'm gonna build me some Raspberry Pis and make me some little arcade, little mini arcade jammies. So I gotta buy the little controllers, and I mean it's mainly just for nostalgia and to have like one or like I'm gonna do some Sega joints because we Sega, So I'm gonna do like the AM2 stuff where it was Space Harrier, Afterburner, like all the Sega arcade games that had the stick controls, the airplane stick controls. I'm gonna do one machine specifically for that, and then I'm gonna do one with racing, so all the outruns. Maybe some Daytona USA, probably not though, just the early stuff, and maybe some joystick stuff, Golden Axe or whatever. But that's what I want to do with that stuff. But that's just nostalgia. It's not like it's the best way. I'm gonna have a house full of arcades like some crazy people that I kind of don't follow. But tend to run up against too in the arcade and in the internet, not the arcade. But that's like arcades are too expensive. I'm like, nah, it's not worth it. I'd sooner buy a PS4 Pro than an arcade machine because it doesn't matter. It doesn't make any sense to me. It's not like as far as getting your money's worth. Not so much because I'm not a collector like that. I'm more of a console collector, not an arcade collector. But I still have the nostalgia for it, so I'm caught in the middle somewhere. But anyway, when I get that stuff rolling, I'll do some videos so you can watch them. Like, oh, look at that. That's cool. Oh, know what I did see? Last thing before I go. I saw this one dude. I forget. It was on YouTube or something. And he made out of a I think it was a Game Boy. Maybe it was a DS. I think it was a Game Boy Color or a Game Boy Advance. Might have been Game Boy Advance. Anyway, he made a miniature Outrun cabinet based off of one of the Game Boys. It was Color, so might have been Game Boy Advance. And he had a little steering wheel. He put the art on the side and used the screen from the Game Boy. And he I don't know how he did it, but he made a steering wheel controller that connected to the Game Boy innards. And I was looking at this thing, and I was like, and he had the it was just a cartridge. It was just a Game Boy. It's not like he got a ROM or something like that. It was the literal machine, the hardware. He threw it in this, arcade little mini cabinet. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, that's cool. I wish I could do that with like everything and just have, it was cool as hell.
Yeah, I saw a dude on YouTube. He made I don't know what ROMs it was playing. I forgot to check, but he made a little handheld system out of an Altoid.
Now, yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
That was cool. I was like, oh.
Yeah, man.
I was like, damn. If I had the ability to like make stuff like that, man, I'd make it some crazy stuff. That seems like a fun hobby.
Yeah, it helps to be an electrical engineer and stuff.
Yeah.
But
I don't know any of that. I'll blow myself up.
Yeah,
so.
I blew up my computer. I told the story. It's the motherboard's sitting over there. I looked at it. I was like, oh, that's fried. So $600 later.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Well, I mean that's what did I pay for that computer? I think I paid $5 for that one, and then I had to pay buy another one for $6. But whatever.
I made a mistake, but it was like it was a used computer.
Oh, okay.
I think it was running like I think it might have been running XP. And I didn't know what that was. It was like an office computer, and
right.
I just got like some memory, and I was like, well, this looks like it might fit in there. Put the memory in there, and all of a sudden I heard these little sparky things, and it's gone. It's like, no,
yeah,
it didn't work.
Yep, pretty much.
Right.
But anyway, I got to go and play me some Xbox. I'm gonna stream on Mixer.com.
You gotta, when you finish Family Dust, man.
Oh, I haven't played it since the first time. I gotta get back into that. Oh,
I still haven't beat it, man. I think I beat it a lot faster when I first had it than now. It's like I'm stuck on this one part, but I finally got the 3-school arsenal, so I can be a little more loose with my creation. So I think I'm about to get. It's just it just gets annoying because what it is like I could beat the first two, but then they just make 2 more of them come out. I'm just like, here we go.
Oh yeah. True that. Rafa, what's going on, Rafa?
Yep.
How you doing, Rafa? But all right, Kajudo.
Yeah, great show. Great show as always.
Thanks, I appreciate it. Follow me on Mixer.com/SG. That's where I be. I'm gonna stream some games, I guess, if we're just not hogging the TV. And yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you, Kajudo. I'm hang up.
Yeah, I finally got around to putting a new episode up. So.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Again.
Good. And I was like, what?
It's just me though. I didn't have a guest.
Oh,
the guest was supposed to show up, but then the guest didn't show up. So I was like, oh, I gotta wing it for an hour and a half. So,
yeah, you could have just done that.
I'm talking all about VR, so you'll be happy.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out. All right, yo.
All right, man.
Thanks, man.
All right.
Peace. That was Judo. Telltale Card Games Bad Cartoon. Jakan, was it Mixer.com/SG? Yes, Jakan, please follow me. I know Rafa's following me because he's cool. And also, I had something to say, but I don't remember. It was something about music. Not music, sound effects. but not sound effects. I don't remember. But I'm gonna work on some stuff. Today's Sunday, tomorrow's Monday. Thank you, Jack Craft. Jacan. You must be a Minecraft head. Minecraft head? Is that what your peoples are called? That sounded weird. I was thinking, I am gonna get off soon. I was thinking about playing Minecraft again. But I think, you know what I want? I want a Scorpio update. I want all the mods that are on PC to kind of just live on the Scorpio. But yes, Jacan, and Jacan, thank you. I will follow you once I get off of here, because I don't want to press nothing like break stuff. But I'm looking at all of my rain meter gauges here. I have 3 computers. One's at 70%, 64, 60. One's at 33. That's that computer. And one's at 30, which I only have one OBS and Winamp open. That's it. Oh man, I'm running too much stuff here, but it's cool. I appreciate it. But yeah, man, spread the word. I'm trying to come up in the mixer scene. You know, if I blow up, then everybody I know will blow up Rafa. Everybody I know will blow up Rafa. Tell all of Brazil. Just go. I know you a graffiti artist, yo. When you're DJing, you know what I'm saying? Just be like, yo, make little stickers or something. Mixer.com/SG. Hey, maybe we should do a Junkie T on Mixer. You know? Maybe we should do a Junkie T channel on Mixer. Dope. You know? That'll work. And the cool thing about Mixer is that you can make teams. So you can have like Esgee, or you know, Esgee is my channel, right? So you can have Esgee, and then Junkie T, and then Rafa, and then you know, Nocturne. You know what I mean? And then we can have a team. We can all team up, and then we could stream. We could do our meetings on Mixer, because we can stream individually instead of doing like through Skype or whatever. You just stream to Mixer, and then Mixer will create. I guess they'll create. I don't actually know how the co-stream stuff works, but I guess if you participate in a co-stream, your stream becomes a co-stream. So my stream will be like 4 of us, and your stream will be 4 of us, 3 of us, and then Nocturne stream will be 3. You know what I mean? So we could be playing different instances of Junkie T on the same stream. So I'll be like, I'm in this, and then I'm in the DJ, I'm in the lounge, I'm listening to the music, and then you're on the planet shooting food, like, you know what I'm saying? And then Nocturne over there shooting the boss, like, you know. So yeah, we could definitely. I think Mixer is, even though like it's a new spot that's blowing up, and I think we need to get there as close to ground level as possible. That's what I'm trying to do. When I'm not here doing the show, I usually have like the background going, and this is a different camera, but I usually have this camera, which is on YouTube right now. This outside camera, shooting at the monitors, and you see the colors and stuff, and just music playing, because you know, I think it's important to just have stuff going all the time. I don't know what my internet bill gonna be like though. I think I'm supposed to have unlimited, so if they lied to me, they about to get a mouthful of something. But I got to bounce. I thought I heard the TV playing, and that don't matter. But yeah, check it out, Rafa. I mean, you're here now, and you obviously signed up for it. Well, I mean, actually, you know, because you already have the channel. But yeah, we should hook it up. I mean, just get OBS. I don't think you don't need that much power to run OBS. I don't think, because like I said, I have OBS. I used to have 2 instances of OBS running on my computer in order to dual stream. Because for some reason I couldn't get the dual stream. The way that they said the dual stream would work, and I was like, I'll do it like this. But now I'm just like, F it. I got Mixer. It's Twitch. No. Mixer, Twitch, YouTube. You know, and right now, Twitch is becoming the low man on the pole. And I'm so dumb, I didn't even have the Twitch chat open, so I don't even know if anybody was in the Twitch chat. I apologize profusely, like how I sweat. I don't really sweat that much, actually. I'm a sweatless person. Yeah, I am. I love that idea. Good. Tell Nocturne 2. We'll speak tomorrow. I'm not gonna work on anything tonight, but I am going to work on some stuff tomorrow during the day. My studio's fairly clean, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna work on some, I guess, mob sounds. Here's the thing about mob sounds, and then I'll go. I'll spend about 4 minutes on this. I'll go at time. I was like, oh, I can just do general sounds, which I'll probably end up doing anyway. But I want to do specific sounds. So like the cradle. Is it the cradle? The crackle? The jellyfish tentacle monster thing that's glowy and pretty. That one. It seems like it sounded like the little mushroom, like the mushrooms in Space Harrier, like, you know. And then you have the little one, like, and the big one. You know what I mean? Yeah, so I mean, I have to look at each kind of design and go from there. Because it doesn't make sense to do generic sounds to certain things. And that's where I've kind of had a roadblock. I'm like, oh, wait a second, what kind of animal, you know? And certain animals that have tentacles aren't going to have, like, aren't going to walk around like that. So it's yeah. So I have to kind of group some of the mobs together. Not group them together, but like a slime, you know, do a slime, that'd be easy if we have any slimes. But we have the toothpaste dude. I don't know none of the names. I should concentrate on the boss monsters actually first. Well, like I said, I need to go, I guess, in the documentation and grab all that stuff. Do some research. Yeah, it's complicated, I agree. Yeah, I just don't want to do it so that it's like not good or not useful. I want to be very words. I want it to be very efficient, I guess, in that stuff. But yeah, it's on my mind like crazy. So I'll probably do that one for the cradle. That one. I'll do that one first. Yeah. I already got ideas. Okay, anyway. Appreciate it. Appreciate y'all hanging out. Rafa, Kajudo is out. Tightclaw, Bidabow, Jakan, thank you for the follow. You the best. You the best. And I'll follow you in kind. And tell your friends, tell your sister, tell your mamas, tell everybody. Rafa says, everything you do is good. It's yours. I'm a wizard. No. I just enjoy doing work. Certain work. Like certain work, you're like, oh man, I don't want to do that. But sometimes you're like, man, that's a lot of work. But it's a challenge and you want to do it, and you feel better when you're done. Or you don't feel better because you're like, oh man, that was garbage, dude. But sometimes, you know, it's is it worth that ethic or not being wealthy? So you're a little hungry, something like, I don't know. I just like it. Like sound design isn't my forte or anything. Thank you, Jack Croft. But I can do it, and it's like, oh yeah, and you know, I watch enough movies and you know stuff like that to kind of, you know, realize, oh, that's good or that's bad, or you know what we need or what we want, blah blah blah. You know, I can do that, and then you know we have Rafa, who's the wizard at the code wizard, and we have the Nocturne, who is the animation art wizard, you know, and we have Matt, who's the writer wizard. I'm not a good writer. I'm a passable writer, I guess. I mean, I can write some rhymes, but I don't think they're that great either. So anyway, I'm done. My brain is empty. I went an hour over. This is not supposed to be a 3-hour podcast, but E3 is coming, and Kaijudo made me talk a lot. But yeah, so next week it's gonna be EA is Saturday night. Sunday at 5. Oh man, okay, so 5 o'clock Sunday is going to be Microsoft. So I'm going to be watching that on my 4K Xbox One. So I won't be live streaming it. I won't be live streaming it and watching it and doing a reaction thing. I'm just gonna watch it the way it is, and I think I'm gonna try to I think I'm gonna try to record it, like record a stream of it, or record if I watch it on Mixer, and if I record the stream of it, I can do that. I can record the stream of it, and it's only an hour and something. And the way it should render it down, squash it pretty good. Because this E3 is going to be exciting. Yes, it will. Oh man, I can't wait. I mean, I can't wait. I will wait. I have no choice to wait. But to wait. But it is going to be exciting because new hardware is always exciting. New hardware means better games, and that's the main thing. And people are not. They're too involved with this console where, oh, Xbox sucks, PlayStation the best and stuff. Like, okay, the PlayStation Pro came out last October. Are you excited about any PlayStation 4 Pro type games? Not really, because they have been kind of slacking in their macking. They've been fumbling the balls with that stuff. So, and then people are assuming that the same thing's going to happen with the Xbox One Scorpio, and I'm like, I don't think so, because there's no beast mode, there's no boost mode. It's automatic, son. It's automatic. You put it in, it's better. Is it 1080p? The magic 4K. It's 4K now, magically. Why? You heard that motor just start up? You heard that motor? That's the dieselness of the Xbox Scorpio. You know what that motor is also? That's the car, that's the truck that the PlayStation Pro is on, because they about to leave because they're scared. It's only scared. Like, oh, let's get our stuff, let's get out of here. We're going to get whooped real bad. PlayStation's right. Oh, look, if PlayStation, okay, here's the worst thing that could happen. There's 2 worst things that could happen. 3 worst things that could happen. If Microsoft announces any price over $399, horrible, Xbox done. I agree with you, Xbox done. If Sony announces another Vita or a Vita successor, PlayStation done. If Sony, wait, what was my third one? It was the PlayStation, Vita, and then Xbox, and then I had one more. I don't remember what it was. Then Microsoft Game Division is going to call it quits and join forces with sewer water to drinking water division. Oh, we got jokes. That's funny. Ooh, there goes Sony. Bye, Sony. See you later. Better next year. So if Sony tries some old Vita 2, or here's the new Vita. Yeah, if they try to compete with Nintendo Switch with some kind of new Vita with detachable controller, man, I wouldn't put it past Sony. If they come up with a freaking Vita with detachable screen jammies controllers, come on, son. If Sony does that, Sony done. If Sony does that, PlayStation done. What was the other thing that was PlayStation? Doom time. What would be bad? Wow, I can't remember what it was. It doesn't matter. Oh, that's what it was. Thank you, Jacan. Because some Wall Street analysts are calling PS5 at E3. If Sony announces a PS5 at E3, Sony is ridiculously crazy. They will be crazy. And PlayStation 4 definitely done. That's like I said this before. They dig in the grave. They're like, hey, go, throwing the dirt on the PS4. They can't do that. They cannot do that. Even if they say, oh, PlayStation 5 coming in 2018. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. I mean, the only way, they wouldn't do that either. I was gonna say if they say, oh, PlayStation 4 is not, it's not backwards compatible with PlayStation 5, which would be a mistake. I think that the PlayStation 5 will be backwards compatible. PlayStation 4. I think that would be smart, but I don't know how smart Sony is, because they're not like the ones to be like, oh, we're gonna set trends. They're gonna follow trends. They're not trendsetters. They never were. The origins of the PlayStation were birthed from Nintendo. They had to deal with Nintendo, and they made a crappy CD. They literally made a CD add-on. That's all it was. It wasn't like actually super dope. It was just a CD add-on for the Super Nintendo. That didn't. It was literally just a different storage format for the game ROMs. That's all that the Sony PlayStation add-on for the Nintendo was. And Nintendo got cold feet, or they said, forget, or they sabotaged the deal in order to keep the hardware pricing monopoly, because they manufactured the Nintendo cartridges, so I guess they wanted to keep that. They didn't want Sony to have any of that. So Sony was born of a poor deal, right? They weren't born from, oh, let's innovate. They were born of, oh, we're kind of leftovers. Let's make our own. Let's go. Jay Collins says, yeah, I wonder what crystal ball that Alice has been smoking. It does not make any sense at all. You can hear a fan on Mixer, but not on Twitch. Strange. Oh, you can hear the fan? Oh, well. Let me see if I can turn that down. Oh. Whoops. That would be... my ears. That would be bad. I think it's just white noise, though. Yeah, those are my computers, I think, actually. I have my trim turned way up on my mixer over there. I still hear the white noise, so it's not actually, I mean, it's my computers over there. Those are the only fans that are going right now. So, yeah, I mean, I'm trying to, I have to get some sound equipment for my other computer to get that sound out of there. So I'm gonna get here. Yeah, Twitch has the better sound because I have the better sound box on it. So sorry, I have to capture the room sound on Mixer because of the audio setup. Like when Kanjiro called in, he's coming out of the TV basically. So that way I don't have to do any stupid virtual cables here. Blah, blah, blah. I don't want to deal with that. Anyway, I appreciate you guys hanging out. Yeah, man. I mean, dude, look, we're video game heads. We like the stuff. It's crazy. It's fun. It's exciting. You know, some of us just play games. Some of us make it to games. Some of us do both. It's cool, and there's just no escaping the excitement. And that's it. I got nothing else. So yeah, remember, mixer.com/SG. That's me. Follow me, please. And I'm begging. YouTube, R9Cast on YouTube. Hit that subscribe. Also on Twitch, R9Cast. Hit that subscribe. I guess. I mean, I'm not really paying attention. I didn't even open Twitch chat, which is dumb with me, but whatever. But I appreciate you guys. All games. Peace out. Talk to y'all later. Disconnecting now. And that's all games. Cut that down right there. Once again, I'll talk to you tomorrow, Rafa. And I should have some stuff, some new stuff there. Sound effects wise. I'll have to check the Trello again to see what I'm missing, what's important, all that good stuff. Yeah, I guess YouTube, I could shut you off, right? Or I'll shut off Twitch first. Bye, Twitch, even though I'm not in the chat. Sorry, Twitch. Alright, Twitch. Where you at? You over there. Alright, Twitch. Check you out next week. It's something. Cause actually next week I'm gonna be watching Mixer. Cause it's better. Oh my gosh. Bye. Jacon's back. I'm leaving, Jacon. I'm tired. I've been streaming for 3 hours, talking for 3 hours on one glass of juice, one mug of goop, and stuff. But yeah, I'm done. Let me play some music on this thing. Every time donuts are more Are they more nutritious? I would assume they are. But yeah, is that good? I guess that's good. I like to have a heart attack, but try it. Or fall off or something. Or deliver